Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
No major traffic problems are being reported at the moment, and we're still looking pretty good along the interstate systems and the Bay Area bridges. However, in Tampa, you may still encounter some activity from an earlier crash along Dr. King at 50th Street. This is Jim with traffic.
School is out and summer is here. Wherever you plan your summer vacation, make Crown Honda your first stop and drive a new Honda Pilot, $479 per month, or a new Honda Accord Hybrid, just $359 per month. Test drive your new Honda today at Crown Honda, online at crownhonda.com. The better way to buy and service. Call 800-509-4942 for complete details.
At Brandon Honda, get 0 down, 0 security deposit, 0 first payment, 0 do-it signing. Hi, I'm Sam Robbie. Get a brand new CRV for just $199 per month. New Accords are just $189 per month. Or get a new Civic for an incredible $169 per month. We're approving all credit applications, and we'll pay off your trade no matter how much you owe. Plus, get a real nationwide lifetime warranty, unlimited time, unlimited miles. Get all the facts at BrandonHonda.com.
Call 813-575-7725 for more information.
Weight loss by Hers is not available everywhere. Actual price depends on product and plan purchase. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, clinical study information, and restrictions, visit forhers.com.
Everyone's talking about the breakthrough of weight loss medications, but too few can access or afford them. Hers is changing that by offering access to Wegovy GLP-1 treatment through their platform. 50% off retail price. Wegovy is FDA approved for weight loss and can help you lose up to 20% of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise. All dosages of Wegovy are offered at the same price and are eligible for FSA and HSA reimbursement. At forhers.com/radio, treatments are prescribed 100% online. A medical provider on their platform will determine if a weight loss plan is right for you. And if prescribed, your plan ships free directly to your door. By getting access to Wegovy through Hers, you get so much more than just medication. You'll get ongoing support along your weight loss journey. See if Wegovy is right for you at forhers.com/radio. That's forhers.com/radio. FORHERS.com/radio.
Enjoy revved up summer savings at Crown Hyundai.
Get financing as low as 0%. Buy with 0 down or make no payments for a year on over 700 new tariff-free Hyundais. Drive a new 2025 Hyundai Tucson SE for only $259 a month. All are backed by Owner Assurance, America's best warranty, including a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Crown Hyundai, the better way to buy and service.
Visit crownhyundai.com.
With approved credit, 36 months, lease, 10K miles a year, $39.99 due at signing plus dealer fee and electronic filing fee.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQ Bar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/policy/terms of service.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ Bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and 0 weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Now you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping when you text EAT to 64,000. Text EAT to 64,000 to get your 20% off. That's EAT to 64,000.
Car accident? Take back control of your life. Call Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
My name is Drew. Pronounced with the O.
It's in your face with Drew Garabo.
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Hello, Peter. What's happening? We have sort of a problem here. Yeah, you apparently didn't put one of the new cover sheets on your TPS report.
Live from the 102.5 The Bone Studios in St. Petersburg, Florida. It's Drew Garabo. Live.
Ain't no thing but the buzz of brand on blips on tips on the bank of time. Dumb things, I'm a lane with a jumping change. No pain but a chisel change. Ain't no pain but a buzz of brain. Don't flips on chips on a bank of time. Dumb things, I'm a lane with a jumping change. No pain but a chisel change.
Get up! Never mind, sit back down. Get up! Never mind, sit back down. Get up! Never mind, sit back down. Get up!
Radiohead, I'm vibing. I'm stuck inside my head.
What up?
Inside my house.
Happy Monday.
Radiohead, I'm vibing. I'm stuck inside my
Thank you to Setting the Show. John and Diz setting it up for Maurice and me.
Yeah, Mike should keep it.
Thank you to JP, Johnny B, Mike Calta Show for getting this day and week started. Great meeting today about the Bone Beach Bash, sponsored by Neutral. This is going to be a phenomenal day of fun. Whether you're a casual fan of this radio station
That's
or...
me.
Never mind.
Oh, you meant the listeners. I'm sorry.
You got to be there.
Never mind, sit back down.
Whether you're a casual fan of this station or a hardcore fan of this station, you are going to have a blast out at the Sky Beach Resort a couple of weeks from now, July 18th weekend. All kinds of events. You don't have to be staying on property, but it would sure help your great time if you are. And from a pig roast to karaoke to a pitbull toddler performance, this is going to be a great time. We look forward to seeing you out there. Again, sponsored by Neutral. I'll be doing Cutwater karaoke at the Little Pool at 6 on Saturday. We'll get to all the war and the retaliation and strikes and whatnot in the 5 o'clock hour. I just wanted to start. I feel like I have a unique opportunity here to speak with enlightenment on some stuff that you might have misconceptions about. I was thinking about this on Saturday night. We went out to Caliente Resort, which a lot of you may know or may think you know as a lifestyle resort or a nudist resort or whatever. It's a very unique spot. And before I went there for the first time, I might have had the same preconceived notions, misconceptions as a lot of people. And in getting to know a lot of people out there, I have really opened my mind to the lifestyle. And I don't consider myself and I don't consider my girlfriend necessarily in quote unquote the lifestyle. We're not nudists. We don't feel the need to be naked. In fact, I don't think we were naked once all weekend long out there, except for once yesterday morning when I woke up. I had left a pair of shorts in my car parked out in front of our casita. So I left the front door fully naked, got it from my car, and went back in the house. I can't do that in my neighborhood without them calling the security guards with good reason. Nobody needs to see that. But out there, it is perfectly acceptable, in fact, encouraged that you are naked. A lot of the people out there are into what one would consider to be an alternative lifestyle, in that many of them are polyamorous. Many of them would identify as swingers, open to swapping partners, etc. And in observing it, again, not participating, and I say that without judgment, it's not our cup of tea. We like it for our friends who are into it, but it's just not for us. We've been dating for 5.5 years now. We're not yet at a point. I don't know that we ever will be at a point where she's fully into me banging girls and I'm fully into her banging dudes and we talk about it and whatnot. We're not there yet. We've talked about it. And that's kind of what I've noticed about the lifestyle, is that I don't know what your stigma might be when it comes to people who do that. There are a lot of people who probably look down on people like that and think, oh, well, that's cheating if your partner is with someone else. To that, I would ask, what is a bigger betrayal? Engaging in a flirtatious relationship online that your partner doesn't know about, which so many married people do. Maybe even at work, flirting with someone there that your wife, your husband has no idea about, and you're carrying on in a manner that you know they would not care for. Or being completely open and honest about everything, consent, boundaries, turn-ons, taboos, etc. Because that's what I've noticed about the people who are in the lifestyle. I had a very enlightening and intense and thorough conversation with a couple that have been married for 30 years on Friday night out on Mr. Peter Fitzwell's back porch. We just end up in great conversations with people because when you're not banging other people, you end up talking to a lot of other people, you know? Yeah. You can go one of two ways there. You can either like sit in the main room and converse with everybody or go up to the bedrooms and bang. I like conversation. I'm big on it. And talking to this couple that have been married for 30 years and it took them a while to get into it, you have to try really hard to keep a marriage alive, vibrant, and romantic, right? Like we've been there, Maurice. You and I both have some failed marriages behind us.
Indeed.
It's very difficult to keep that spark alive. It's
in a successful marriage.
Correct.
It's difficult to keep that spark alive.
Right. And you have to communicate. You have to constantly communicate. Is it reasonable to think that if you're married for 20 years, you're always going to be on the same page? Good Lord, no. Mm-mm. But you got to talk about those moments when you're not. And you have to unabashedly share what is inside you, what turns you on, what threatens you, what excites you, what arouses you, what scares you, what repulses you, etc. If you're not talking about those things because you're scared to bring them up, you're doomed for failure.
Yeah.
You're going to have fights, and they're not even going to be fights about the thing that you're not talking about because you don't know enough about it to fight about it. You're fighting about the fact that somebody left the cap off the toothpaste tube or somebody forgot to do this, and then that turns into World War III when in actuality it's because there are these unresolved issues simmering inside of you.
I believe what you're saying is most fights are what you don't talk about.
Yes.
I believe what you're saying is Will Smith slapped Chris Rock because he couldn't communicate with Jada Pinkett.
That is exactly what I'm trying to say, Maurice. That is exactly what I'm trying to say. And in talking with people out there, I'm just blown away at what a loving, accepting, open-minded community it is out there, and I'm honored to know these people. Again, we're not necessarily playmates with them, but they are very, very good friends of mine, and they are from all walks of life, from all around the country, and a lot of them travel, right here to I don't even realize, like, how special Caliente is. Not only are there not many places like that in Florida, there aren't that many places like it in the country where people come and visit. And I had a conversation with Sarah on Friday night. I'm like, who do you think the most famous person ever to go to Caliente is? And then I remembered that on that, what was the Simple Life with Paris and Nicole?
Mm-hmm. Paris, yeah. Nicole.
They did an episode at Caliente.
Oh, okay.
So I would assume that Paris Hilton is probably the most famous person to be out there, but I wonder who, like, the most famous mainstream person to go out there not as part of some sort of entertainment program was. I'm sure Tom Cruise wasn't out there, but maybe John Travolta, who, by the way, showed up at the Ringo Starr concert at the Baycare Sound.
Get out of here.
I swear to you, go look at the social media.
Oh, okay.
Ringo's up on stage, and there's Johnny T just singing along with him. Singing the Beatles' favorites right on stage.
Oh.
He's like, oh, my God, she's got like a ticket to ride. Oh, my God, I want to do like my Beatles' favorites, like A Day in the Life. Like he blew his mind out in the car. Oh, my God, what? Where? Why? He sure as hell was out there, and I hope that you'll take the day off work on Friday. Details to come this week. Take the day off on Friday. We're going to do some cornhole, and we're going to have a big fun get-together before the Little Stranger, who you heard to start the show, Slightly Stupid and Iration show this Friday. This is going to be a rager of a show at the Baycare Sound, a phenomenal venue. Good afternoon, and welcome to Drew Garabo Live. Who might you be?
Me?
Yes, sir.
All right. My name is Matt. I'm from Tampa.
Hey, Matt from Tampa. What's going on today, bud?
Not much. So I have a question, man, and I've gotten mixed reviews from my friends, and I'm trying to figure out if it's appropriate or not.
Sure.
So over the weekend, I was in Anna Maria Island, which is beautiful, by the way.
Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
I went into a gas station, and there was a lady that was working there, beautiful lady.
All right.
And she continued to compliment me over and over again.
All right.
So I left the store. I live in Tampa. I drove 60 miles back home. I was wondering, is it appropriate for me to go to that store and ask that girl out to lunch while she's at work?
Well, okay, this is a great question because on one hand, you've got a woman's right to feel secure in the workplace and not be hit upon by every customer. But from what you're telling me, can you just tell me kind of the compliments that she paid you, like so I can get a better read on it? Like what'd she say?
Well, for instance, she loved my hair because I have long hair. She complimented me on my hair. And then on top of that, I went into an aisle to buy some stuff, and I came back to the register, and then she started complimenting me on the T-shirt I was wearing, which was a band shirt that I had on.
What band?
It was, I believe it was, Slayer.
Okay, all right. Was she a Slayer fan, or she just liked the style of T-shirt you were wearing?
She looked like she could have been into the music.
Looks like she could have been into the music. Okay. And she was like, hey, I love your long hair. And then you went to get your purchases. And then she's like, oh, my God, a Slayer shirt. I love that.
Yeah.
And you're wondering about the appropriateness of driving another 60 mile. I mean, it sounds psychotic on the surface. I'm just going to tell you that. But
well, if a girl's into you, I mean, but what the problem with me is that I know I've worked in customer service before, so I know it's kind of inappropriate to like get in line and people behind you and you trying to catch a date with a woman, you know. So I was trying to see how I could go about this.
Okay.
Without it being weird, you know.
Well, gosh, I'm kind of torn because on one hand, I'm very cognizant of women and their comfort level and the fact that most dudes, not you probably, most dudes are creepy as hell and creep women out and make them uncomfortable a lot of the time. On the other hand, I met my second wife when she was a teller at my credit union at the time, and I would get her window, and sometimes I would wait for her window. I asked her out for lunch, and that's how we met and started dating. So, you know, I would say if this isn't someplace you go all the time, then shoot your shot. Like, just go in.
Yeah, it's not. It's not at all.
All right. I would say as long as you give her a way out and don't make her feel uncomfortable, you're just like, hey, I was in here and you seem to like my Slayer shirt. I have an extra ticket to a concert coming up and I'd love to take you. That way it gives her the opportunity to be like, yes, here's my number. Please call me. Or, oh, my God, you're such a creep. Get the hell out of my establishment.
Right. It's a risky business there.
Now, what I would say to you, sir, because Mo likes keeping it real, you blew the shot. The opportunity's gone. The window is closed. You go back. Now you look stalkery. You got to chalk it up.
See,
and
how I feel about
the
it
next
now.
time something presents itself like that, you seize the moment. You go back, you know, same Slayer shirt.
That is true. Like you run the risk if you do go back of A, her not remembering you, or B, her going, well, geez, you should have friggin'. You remember the what was it? The missed opportunities in on Craigslist. Like it was like,
oh yeah,
I saw you in the grocery store and you were next to me, and I wish I had said something. That's what this guy needs right here.
Yeah. Now, 15, 20-minute drive. What the hell?
Right.
An hour drive there and then an hour drive back. You're high.
Yeah, and I don't know how else. Like with social media, even if you were to track her down, it would look so psycho. Ooh, yeah. Like you know, oh, I was in there and you were in there.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Yeah, I think Mo might be right on this one in that you had the chance there. You wish you had taken your shot when you could have, but you didn't. But I don't think that forfeits your right to do it again. Look for any excuse to be back on that side of town so you can justify it with yourself, and then stop on in. If she's there and the universe intends it to be, then boom, you go up and you ask her out. But if not, you chalk it up and next time you seize the moment.
But if you do that, this is the play. There's no BS. You go up to her and you go, listen, I have been kicking myself for the past, however long it ends up being, that I didn't at the very least see if you wanted to go out. I drove for an hour just to see if you would. If you would like to, I would love to take you out. If you don't, you don't have to worry about me, whatever. But I think you've got to let her know that you spent X amount of time thinking about the missed opportunity. Because if you just show up and go, would you like to go out?
Here's what you use as your, the movie You've Got Mail, Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, and then they had one very similar to that at the same time. I forget what it was.
I do.
So then you make it a moment
Sleepless
like that.
in Seattle.
Yeah, that was it. Sleepless in Seattle. Thank you. There was a radio theme in that one too, I think. So you go in there and you're like, listen, this is very unlike me, and I know how crazy this seems, but I've been kicking myself ever since I left this place for not getting your number. Look, you might think that this is so psycho, and if you do, I don't blame you. I'll never bother you again. I promise. And then, but listen, here's my number. If you want to call me when you get off work, don't even ask for her number. Just, here's my number. You want to call me when you get off work and let me take you out. Awesome. And if you don't, no harm done. You're just a lovely young lady. And then you wait by her car for her to get off work. and you go, so what do you think? What do you think? What are you going to do? No, except for that last part. Don't do that. But but other than that,
that's the play. You're right.
I think you're okay there. Good luck, man. Let us know how it works out.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Well, it's got to suck to be a girl because, like,
to be a girl.
Yeah, like that girl's just nice to that guy. You know what I mean? Like she wasn't flirting with him.
Well, hey, 2 compliments. What was it? On the two physical appearance compliments. I think he might be right in that regard.
I think she didn't realize that she had already complimented him on her hair. She like this is a young lady devoted to customer service who is like, I'm gonna make sure that I compliment every customer on one thing. So when she saw the dude with his long hair, she's like, all right, I'm gonna compliment him on his long hair.
So you're saying she's upselling?
I'm saying that, like, she completely forgot that she complimented on his hair. And then when he came back up with the Slayer shirt, she thought he was a new guy. So she's like, oh, my God, I love your Slayer shirt. And now that guy thinks, oh, man, she's in love with me.
You a cynical bastard.
Poor girls. I just feel so bad for them. Hello there. Who are you?
Melissa.
What's up?
Hi. I'm sorry, but I missed who John picked for his show. I was hoping for a recap.
What?
I missed who John picked to be on his show.
Huh?
On his morning show.
Thank you. Hello there. Welcome to Drew Garabo Live. How can I help you?
Hey, Drew. Listen, for that last guy that called.
Yeah.
Instead of driving 60 miles back there, he said he bought stuff. I'm sure he has the receipt. 9 times out of 10, it has the cashier's name.
Oh, Jesus Christ. See, God, I am so sorry to you ladies out there that we are like this.
Wait, what did he want him to do?
Look up the receipt so he could see her name and then, like, what, call up there like hey, is Chelsea working today?
Yeah, no. No, we'll call because she's not going to be able to. As many people as she sees, a voice on the phone, she's not going to know who that is. She's not going to feel safe. If you're going to make the communication, it has to be in person.
Absolutely. Like God, it's just got to be so rough to be a woman. 800-771-1025. But yes, by all means, like, shoot your shot. But it's a lot less creepy if you shoot your shot in that moment. And then coming back or looking up her name on a receipt.
No.
Hello there.
The receipt 9 times out of 10 it has the cash.
Hello.
Hey, Drew.
Yes, sir.
My man, Dr. Drew and Motastic. I love you guys. Listen, I got some great news. With all the bad news in the news, I got some great news. And my mom was affected with Leo Giovanni. Right now is looking at 265 years in jail.
Thank you. I don't get the internet, so I didn't know that. I appreciate that very much. That is fantastic news. The FBI, not the local authorities, but the Federal Bureau of Investigation arrested one Leo Giovanni this morning. And like you said, he is facing over 100 years in jail. They showed up at his house this morning with FBI bullhorns. Nice. FBI, you're under arrest. So this dude's neighbors, as if they didn't know already, they now know. And hopefully he is not bonded out yet, and he's enjoying some nice incarceration time.
My mom's name was Libby, and she had just passed away on the 21st of last month. And I hope justice is done.
Me too. I'm sorry your mom passed, and thank you very much for telling us, man.
Could it be that the feds contacted the local officials and said, hey, back off? Yeah. We're coming.
That's what I'm hoping, is that last week when the local judge deigned to file contempt charges to put him in jail, it is because she knew that there was a federal investigation that was wrapping up that said, look, we got this guy. And they sure did get him. And it sure is great news for all of us who value the special needs community. In case you don't know the story, we've been all over it on this show. Leo Gavani set up a trust fund for medically needy patients and then took $100 million of that money and spent it on vacations, spent it on golf trips, spent it on all kinds of stuff not related to the trust funds. FBI agents early this morning arrested Leo Gavani in his Feather Sound home, awakened by agents shouting FBI through a bullhorn. He and his accountant, John Leo Witek, have been indicted on charges of conspiracy to commit mail fraud, wire fraud, and money laundering, court's records show. Gavani faces additional charges of bank fraud, illegal monetary transactions, and a false bankruptcy declaration. Between 2009 and this year, Gavani, Witek, and others, quote, conspired to defraud hundreds, if not thousands, of disabled and injured people who had placed payouts they won from lawsuits into trust funds overseen by Gavani and a nonprofit that he funded. Gavani's arrest was confirmed Monday morning by a U.S. Attorney's Office official, and this is great.
Yes.
Now, somebody asked me, do we boycott Big Storm? I don't think so, because he has had to divest himself of Big Storm, and I believe any profits they make at Big Storm Brewing now are given to the families that got their money stolen.
The victims, right. Correct.
So I can't say boycott Big Storm because I don't want to take money away from those families. According to the Tampa Bay Times article, a forensic accountant's report shows that trust fund money wired to Gavani's Boston Finance Group was then distributed to roughly a dozen other companies that he owns. That includes $16 million that was sent to Big Storm Brewing. So his son, LJ, who initially told me when all this went down that it was a big misunderstanding. Well, you never asked your dad where that $16 million came from? Was that the misunderstanding part? Hey, son, I was walking down the street and I found a wallet that had $16 million in it, so I'm sending you the money. Gavani lived a lavish lifestyle. He flew friends on his $3.4 million private jet to watch the Kentucky Derby from his executive suite at Churchill Downs.
As the son, you never asked Dad, how'd you get a $3.2 million jet?
I was walking down the sidewalk and I saw this private jet just sitting there.
Yeah, Qatar donate that to you too? You on that Trump ticket?
Now, he donated hundreds of thousands of dollars in campaign contributions to politicians.
Of course.
Now, I don't think it's necessarily up to the politicians to ask him where that money came from.
No.
But now you got some dirty money on your hands. 800-771-1025. All right. Today is the worst day of sports known to man. The saddest day of sports known to man. And I have a question for you about the most horrifically unfortunate timing of an injury I've ever seen since watching professional sports. And I'll ask you next.
You're listening to Drew Garabo live on 102.5 The Bone. Download the free Bone app to listen to us anywhere. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Get your guaranteed offer at markspain.com. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Afternoon interstate volume is rapidly building, especially on the Hillsborough side, but overall it's still pretty manageable. Watch for accident delays along Sly Avenue at 56th Street. There's also a minor crash clearing along Dr. King at 50th Street. We have no major mishaps currently being reported in Pinellas. This is Jim with traffic.
With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can receive an all-cash offer and move when you're ready. No showings, no open houses, no stress. Call 855-299-SOLD or go to markspain.com and start packing.
If you want your windows there and we
Reese. Pick up the phone and just text Reese.
John Setting here. Are you ready to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Well, pick up your phone right now and text the word TRUST to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
Hey, Bay Area, Randy here for Sun Toyota, where the low and locked-in sales event is going on all month long. We've got nearly 1,000 RAV4s, Tundras, Tacomas, Camrys, and Corollas in stock now. Drive select new models with smoking hot prices and low leases available. Plus, it costs less to own a new Toyota with 4-year maintenance included. Because when you make it Sun Toyota, we make it happen.
Sun, Toyota.com.
Call 800-639-3367 for more details.
Your water may not be safe. Forever chemicals that stay in the body for years have been found in drinking water. Call Morgan & Morgan at 1-800-555-6666 or visit forthepeople.com/PFAS. Offices Orlando and throughout Florida.
Have you ever taken your family to dinner and been shocked at how expensive the bill was? Or gone to the doctor and been surprised by a large bill that was sent to you later in the mail? There is over $22 trillion in U.S. tax-deferred retirement accounts like the IRA and 401k. So do you know how much you will owe in taxes on those accounts in the future? Hi, I'm Rebecca Walser, principal of Walser Wealth Management and a tax attorney. And right now I want you to think about how much you've saved in your own deferred retirement accounts, whether it's $250,000 or more. Guess what? That is not all of your money. You will have to pay those taxes in retirement as you withdraw it when you have no income. At Walser Wealth, we created a retirement tax bill calculator to show you what you will pay in future taxes on your accounts, and it's free for you to use. Go to mytaxtest.com. Knowledge is only power when it's followed by action. Knowing your future taxes, we can show you strategies that might help you lower them and lower your tax burden overall in the future. For now, use our free tax calculator, mytaxtest.com, mytaxtest.com.
Enjoy revved up summer savings at Crown Hyundai.
Get financing as low as 0%. Buy with 0 down or make no payments for a year on over 700 new tariff-free Hyundais. Drive a new 2025 Hyundai Elantra SE for only $99 a month. All are backed by Owner Assurance, America's best warranty, including a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Crown Hyundai, the better way to buy and service.
Visit CrownHyundai.com.
With approved credit, 24-month lease, 10K miles a year, $59.95 due at signing, plus dealer fee and electronic filing fee.
Drinking and driving don't mix. If you've been injured by a drunk driver, we're Bernetti PA and we sue drunk drivers. We know you may not have been ready. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, and Pinellas.
Mike Calder for my friends at Lifeguard Imaging. June is Men's Health Month, so let me hit you with some truth. Heart disease and cancer are the top 2 killers of men, and most of the time, you won't even feel it coming. 1 in 2 men will be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. Heart attacks, most are silent and deadly. But here's the thing, Lifeguard Imaging can detect heart disease, hundreds of forms of cancer, and more before symptoms even show up. Their high-accuracy CT scans are fast, painless, and can literally save your life. I got mine, and the peace of mind is unmatched. Right now, just for Bone listeners, when you join their legacy program, you'll get a second membership for 50% off. It's perfect for your spouse, a buddy, or someone you care about. 60% of men say they don't go to the doctor unless something feels wrong. But by then, it could be too late. And when a husband or father gets sick, it rocks the entire family. So step up and be the guy who gets ahead of it. Take the guesswork out of your health. Go to lifeguardimaging.com today. Lifeguard Imaging, saving lives through early detection.
Weight loss by Hers is not available everywhere. Actual price depends on product and plan purchase. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, clinical study information, and restrictions, visit forhers.com.
Everyone's talking about the breakthrough of weight loss medications, but too few can access or afford them. Hers is changing that by offering access to Wegovy GLP-1 treatment through their platform. 50% off retail price. Wegovy is FDA approved for weight loss and can help you lose up to 20% of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise. All dosages of Wegovy are offered at the same price and are eligible for FSA and HSA reimbursement. At forhers.com/radio, treatments are prescribed 100% online. A medical provider on their platform will determine if a weight loss plan is right for you. And if prescribed, your plan ships free directly to your door. By getting access to Wegovy through Hers, you get so much more than just medication. You'll get ongoing support along your weight loss journey. See if Wegovy is right for you at forhers.com/radio. That's forhers.com/radio. FORHERS.com/radio.
O'Reilly.
you need parts, we got parts. Product availability, just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select brake pads for $10 more, or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Offer in-store only. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensate for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
$30 ticket to summer starts now. Make it a summer of live music with $30 tickets to great shows at Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater. Hurry while supplies last. Check out over 1,000 shows for $30 at livenation.com.
Involved in a car accident? We understand the pressure you're under. Call Farah and Farah, Tampa.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Toyota.com.
I'm meteorologist Jim Weber in the Sky Tower Weather Center. Any storms winding down for this evening. It's going to be another steamy night under partly cloudy skies. Low temperature down to 77. Then as we head into tomorrow, partly cloudy skies. Look for more of those storms around during the afternoon hours, but rain chance only around 30% and a daytime high of 94 degrees.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Drew Garabo Live.
Guys are playing on Friday at the Bay Care Sound. I'd love to see you out there. Take the day off. I am. We're working on something cool for you to win some tickets, some great tickets to the show. There are some fantastic tickets still available. It's a great opportunity to take a day off, go to Clearwater Beach, make your way back across the causeway around 4:35. Get there early. If you haven't been yet to the Bay Care Sound, it is a premier venue in the Tampa Bay area, and you can see our buddies Little Stranger first, then these guys in Iration, and then Slightly Stupid. This will absolutely be worth your money. Good vibes all around. Our number is 800-771-1025. Which of these is more tragic? I've been thinking about this a lot today. I watched the Aaron Rodgers Enigma documentary on Netflix. I've watched the first 3. I don't know how many there are. Goes into his his life, his very unique mindset. And when he was signed to the New York Jets, all this hoopla, all of this hype, he's going to turn the Jets franchise around. They're immediately Super Bowl contenders. 4 plays into the 2024 season, maybe it was 2023 season, Aaron Rodgers ruptured his Achilles tendon and was out for the whole year. 4 plays into his career as a Jet, he was out for the season. Tyrese Halliburton last night, after being labeled the most overrated player in the NBA by his peers during the regular season, this dude went into the playoffs with an enormous chip on his shoulder and proved his doubters wrong. He got past the Knicks unbelievably, and he made it to the NBA Finals, where last night in Game 7, the most important game of his career, went off in the first quarter, easily hitting his 4.5 points over.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Take care of business first.
Easy money. after doing that in the first quarter, he went down with an injury. Now, you could second guess it all day and say he shouldn't have been playing with a shin strain anyway. A lot of, or a strained calf. A lot of players who play with a strained calf end up rupturing their Achilles tendon. And there's something about the number 0, which is even weirder because Tyrese Haliburton wears number 0, ruptured his Achilles tendon in this year's NBA playoffs. Jason Tatum and Damon Lillard both wear the number 0 and both ruptured their Achilles tendons in this year's playoffs. Coincidence? I don't know. There are no coincidences.
Do you sit out a Game 7 on the chance that you might tear your Achilles tendon?
No, you can't. You can't sit out a Game 7. It's do or die.
That's not a championship spirit.
But like, which is the greater tragedy? 800-771-1025. Is the greater tragedy going out 4 plays into your season so your whole season is done? Or is it a greater tragedy to make it to a Game 7? Winner takes all, loser takes fall. Game 7 of the NBA Finals. And then in the first quarter, you go down with not only a season-ending injury, it might affect his entire season next year too. I don't know which one's a greater track because there was no way Indiana was going to win that game. You could say, oh no, they still hung in there, blah blah. There was no way in hell they were going to win that game without Tyrese Haliburton.
No. I mean, as we wait for the callers, for me, the greater tragedy is not the Aaron Rodgers, because you could have sucked. Whereas there's that intangible, that kind of question. As far as being in the final game, you clearly didn't suck. You made it all this way. So for me, that is the greater tragedy because you were a game away. Here, Aaron Rodgers was an entire season away and more than likely would have sucked.
Maybe. But let me just throw this at you. If you make it to the NBA Finals at all, you've had an unbelievable season. Win or lose, you made it to the championship game.
Yeah.
Which is way better than going out in Game 1 and then watching, bad quarterback after bad quarterback try to get the Jets a winning record. And, man, when Haliburton went down last night, as soon as his foot slipped on the floor like that and you saw him go down and start slapping the floor and he started crying right away, you knew that it was something serious.
When they slowed it down and showed it, to me, it felt like as he put that weight on the leg just said no. Yeah. It just I can't do this.
Oh, and what a nice guy, and you hate to see it happen. And then today, it would have been a sad day anyway because there's no sports. Like, we got baseball, but who gives a crap about baseball? No basketball, no hockey till September. Oh, there's no sports until football season. Oh, hello.
Hey, how you doing, Drew? What's up, Mo?
Really good, buddy. What's your name?
Big Nose Billy.
Oh, what's up, BNB?
You sound disappointed.
Oh, not at all. No. He's been calling a lot lately. That's all. I'm not disappointed. Just, calling a lot.
No, but when Haliburton went down, it was sad because I think they win that game. The way he was shooting the ball, he was on a mission.
He was.
It was just like I don't know. I'm not even a Pacers fan, and I almost cried.
Yeah.
It was bad. And when Rodgers went down, it was just typical New York stuff. Oh, we got Rodgers, so we're going to win the Super Bowl. And they didn't even play the first game. But this guy carried that team, and he dealt with the injury, and I think they win that game. The way he was shooting that ball, they win that game.
They might have. It would have been a good ass game. They were in a groove. They were on a roll, ton of momentum in a very hostile crowd. And even like I was talking to Sending about it, he was like, well, the OKC players barely looked like they were celebrating afterwards. And I think everyone was shook up by Tyrese Haliburton going down with that injury. Like, even if you win the championship, yeah, you won the NBA championship, but there's a part of you that's like, oh, man, you got to feel bad for what happened to Tyrese Halliburton.
Not only that, I think you project, rightfully so, that you go, I can't celebrate that because that could be any one of us.
Oh, man.
You have to live with that fear of a possible career-ending injury.
Yeah, and that is a rough injury to come back from. 800-771-1025. Hello there, Drew Garabo Live. How can I help you?
In Ford, Garabo.
What's up, Willie?
Hey, that's the most tragedy there, to make it to Game 7 for the championship, and you never know, you might not ever get back to get that chance again.
That is true, Willie. I don't know that I don't know that I can think of another like a bigger injury to happen on a bigger stage than that. Like Game 7 of the NBA Finals in the first quarter. I don't know that I've seen an injury in my entire life of watching sports that is as poorly timed as that one, right?
That's right. And the game was going basically balanced, and he could feel that they had a chance to win. The way he was playing, he had a feeling that they had a chance to win that game, and it just went sour once he got hurt in that first quarter. Like you say, he cried like a baby. And if you watch the bench, a couple of his players cried.
Yeah, dude. I mean, how do you not? And that's what, I don't know. I'm torn on which is the bigger tragedy, though, because he made it to the NBA Finals. Aaron Rodgers going out in Game 1, your whole season's shot.
Yeah.
Like, right away in week 1, your entire season is shot. I remember the only year I drafted Tom Brady high in a fantasy football league was the season that he went out in the first game with an injury and was out the whole season. Your whole season's done. When a guy like Aaron Rodgers, a guy like Tom Brady, if Baker Mayfield, knock on wood, I hope it doesn't happen, but if something were to happen in week 1, your whole season's just done.
But wasn't Rodgers traded because he wasn't performing the last season?
Well, yeah, that was when he was another year older on a bad Achilles.
Yeah.
Had that Achilles injury never happened.
But that's my point. You should have shot him then. Horse breaks his leg, you shoot that bastard. You don't let him go out there and suck up another race.
My buddy Todd Wright said the Halliburton Game 7 injury is worse. The 1999 Rams losing new free agent quarterback Trent Green in the preseason led to the Rams turning to arena football phenom Kurt Warner, and the greatest show on turf was born with the Super Bowl win later that season.
Mm-hmm.
That is a very good time, well-timed injury. That Tyrese injury, I was thinking about it last night after it happened. I'm like, in my life of watching sports, basketball, hockey, baseball, football, I've never seen an injury on that big of a stage take the air out of a team so badly. And my man Kevin Lawton on Twitter said what I wasn't going to say, but I'll say it because he said it. As a Magic fan, and I hate to say this, as a Magic fan, I see this as a path to a 2 or a 3 seed in the East next year. Halliburton out, Tatum out, Lillard out, Knicks don't have a coach, Cavs were a fluke, chaos is a ladder. I can't feel good about this, but he's exactly right. The Orlando Magic, my favorite team in the NBA, now has a defined path to a top seed in the East without a Tyrese Halliburton for your Pacers, without the Knicks having a head coach, without Damian Lillard on the Bucks, and Jason Tatum out with the Celtics. The East is now wide open. I just hate to see this happen to a guy like Halliburton. But damn, we got no hockey and no basketball for months. No football for months. When's the first regular season football game without looking? September something?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're kind of asking the wrong guy, but that sounds about right.
September 4th. Oh. What are we in, June?
You might as well stop thinking about it.
Jesus Christ. I need shows, and shows. I think Sarah and I are going to start watching the rewatching because you ever have a show that you gave up on for no good reason? Like you loved the show, you just haven't gone back to it in forever?
Sure.
What We Do in the Shadows is that show for us. Did you watch that?
I know it, but no. It's one of those that I'm,
dude. It is like, and I'm not a huge fan of The Office, but I find it very funny. It is like The Office except with vampires, and 3 of them are real vampires. One of them is an emotional vampire who feeds off the energy that from other people, like sucks their energy up. It's incredibly funny, and I have no good reason for not watching it.
The writing looks great. I've laughed at some of the clips. I'm such a huge vampire fan. I just don't want. I have no room in my life for funny vampires. I just don't. It's not my thing.
I get that. I get that. You like the dark, soft, sexy vampire.
I'm not trying to watch vampires do stand-up comedy.
Hello there. Who are you?
Hey, my name's Brad. How are you doing?
What's up, man?
The one thing I found very interesting is they showed his injury about 10 plus different times in slow-mo. And I get it wasn't like gory, but you just got to see it snap over and over in football. They sometimes, they won't show it again ever. So I thought it was kind of
I think if it's a graphic injury in football, they won't show it. But if it's just like a strain or a twist or something like that, they will. And I think it was borderline excessive last night, but then it's the NBA Finals Game 7. You got new people tuning in all the time, and you want to show them what happened. So I didn't find it disgustingly obsessive, but I did, like the 6th or 7th time they show it, I was like, well, that might be a little bit unnecessary, like that poor son of a bitch. And then seeing TJ McConnell crying after the game, and like they got him with his mom, and the cameraman's right there, and she's like trying to wave off the cameraman, like that type of injury. It's terrible for the sport, terrible for the team, for the guy, for everything. And, it just sucks for Oklahoma City because I know they would have rather beaten the Pacers at full strength. I don't know that they would have beaten them if Tyrese Haliburton doesn't go out with that injury. But, that's just, I guess it's part of the game. But, God, you hate to see it. Good afternoon. Welcome to Drew Garabo Live.
You were asking about injuries that were equivalent. I'd say the Brock Purdy elbow in the NFC Championship.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. That was just like last year, a year before, right?
Yeah, I think about 2 years ago. And, the entire team just deflated. The only thing they could do was hand off the ball to Christian McCaffrey and just go down play after play until the game was over.
Yeah, that was against the Lions in the NFC Championship, and that was brutal. You hate to see stuff like that, but it is part of the game, especially with Haliburton. He was playing on a strained calf, and when you're playing with a strain, that's going to make you put more pressure on other parts of your body. You can't tell a guy, sit out Game 7 for Christ's sake. But man, as soon as it happened, you just knew. And you can't tell Tyrese to play a different way than he's accustomed to playing. And the dude had hit, 2 3-pointers, 3 3-pointers in the first friggin' quarter? My God.
Now, what if you're one of those cats on the Hard Rock app that have you've got him across so many bets and parlays or whatever? Those are just done, right?
Yeah.
The betting doesn't allow for an injury.
No, some of them do, but I don't think the Hard Rock app does that.
Well, they will cancel out the bet. Go on,
right?
Man, this ain't right.
If they get injured, like before the event starts, then I think it's a different story.
Maybe so, but after it's like, no, man.
But again, the money that was to be made last night was on that Tyrese Haliburton over points in the first period or first quarter. But God, what a freaking shame that happened. 800-771-1025 is the number. All right. We've avoided talking about war for the entire program. We're going to have to talk about war when we come back and the healthiest attitude to have about it. Hello, go ahead.
Yes, that NFC Championship was with the Eagles, not the Lions.
No. You're wrong.
Yes. You're wrong.
No, I'm looking on the internet right now, sir. You're wrong. Brock Purdy sustained a right elbow injury, specifically a contusion with nerve inflammation during the 49ers game against the Detroit Lions. I accept your apology.
No,
No, it's okay, man. I get it. No. I get it. I forgive you. Buddy, I forgive you. You were wrong. It's okay. You said something wrong. I totally forgive you, man. You don't need to keep apologizing for it, man. It's all right. Stop groveling. It's okay, man. You're forgiven. Jeez.
You're listening to Drew Garabo live on 102.5 The Bone. It's summer, and it's time for Bone, Beer, and Busch Gardens Summer Nights.
Yes!
Extended park hours, all new summer-themed entertainment, the debut of Wild Oasis at Jungala, North America's most immersive kid-friendly adventure realm. And for adults, a full-service bar. And it's the return of free beer. Guests 21 and up can enjoy 1 free beer per visit to the park. And annual pass members can double the promotion and receive 2 complimentary beers per visit. For more information on this offer, guests can visit BuschGardensTampa.com. Enjoy Busch Gardens Summer Nights, now through August 10th. Listen to The Bone all week to win. And as always, head to the free 102.5 The Bone app for more chances to win. 102.5 The Bone. Real, raw radio. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
We're not doing too well at the moment in downtown Tampa. A crash along southbound I-275 at the lowest exit has had the 3 right lanes blocked. That's exit 40. Traffic is backed up to before Ashley. Expect delays up to an hour. There's been accident activity along Dr. King at 50th Street, and there's a bad one in Brandon causing some blockage eastbound along State Road 60 between Kingsway and Lakewood Drive. Expect a 5-minute delay through there. There's plenty of late-day volume in Pinellas as well right now, but no major problems are being reported. This is Jim with traffic.
Save time and money with mobile service at Jerry Ohm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They come to you and perform on-site simple repairs or routine maintenance. Schedule mobile service with Jerry Ohm today. Online at jerryohm.com. Tampa is Ohm country. See dealer for complete details.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
Ah, La Galleria.
And of course, American touches like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids sale free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Drew Garabo here. There's never a bad time to do something kind for someone you love, or even for yourself. I mean, you should love yourself, right? Gold and Diamond Source gets that. That's why this June, you'll get 15% off all birthstone jewelry, something that's meaningful, not mass-produced. Gold is at an all-time high. Now is the best time to trade in your worn-out jewelry. You know you've got that piece that you haven't worn since the Nixon administration. Trade it in and get maximum value at Gold and Diamond Source. You thinking about proposing? I won't tell. Buy a diamond. They'll give you 40% off the mounting, and dig this, 5-year interest-free financing as well. That $5,000 piece becomes just $83 a month. You can't afford not to do that. Of course, you can't forget the beautiful and affordable Emma Leak line as well. Shop the local, family-owned, community-minded, just good people. Gold and Diamond Source, 3800 Ulmerton Road. They're the real deal.
Brandon Honda is having its biggest used car event of the entire year. Hi, I'm Sam Robbie. Right now at Brandon Honda, get certified pre-owned vehicles from $6,900, backed up with a real nationwide lifetime warranty. Get CRVs from $15,000, HRVs $14,000, Accords $12,000, and get certified Civics from an incredible $9,000. We're approving all credit applications, plus make no payments for 90 days. Get all the facts at BrandonHonda.com.
Call 813-527-9308 for more information.
Cat named Mo from Drew Garabo Live. Prime time, baby, for Crunch Fitness. June's begun, and you should begin on that summer body. It's the perfect time to join for $1 with enrollment and membership starting at $9.99 a month. Go to Crunch.com for over 500 locations nationwide. I'm at Crunch 5 days a week. I have my own personal trainer. There's no reason you can't, too. Also, you can work any of the $1 million worth of shiny new equipment on your own. Memberships, $9.99 a month, and enrollment for $1. Hurry, offer ends soon. Go to Crunch.com and let's get crunched.
Market volatility isn't slowing down. If you're nearing retirement,
Now is not the time to wait and see. Every day of uncertainty can put your future at risk. It's time to diversify. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know you can create certainty, locking in guaranteed income for life. This means predictable, stable cash flow, even in turbulent times. You've worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. Right now, there are options to receive up to 30% upfront or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't wait. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any examples provided are hypothetical. Annuities are issued with prospectus and sales brochures and should be reviewed carefully before funding as features and benefits vary. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
John Senning here for Furman Ford, Clearwater's big Ford store. Maybe you've been waiting, trying to figure out that perfect time to get a brand new truck or SUV. Well, let me tell you, that time is right now during the Ford Employee Pricing Sales Event. You might have seen it on the news. You might have heard your friends talking about it, not really knowing what it means. You are going to pay exactly what a Ford employee pays across a full line of trucks and SUVs. This unprecedented opportunity is giving you massive savings on some of America's best-selling vehicles. You need to make your plans now to go see Bob Murray and my friends at Furman Ford today. If you haven't laid your eyes on the brand new, big, beautiful showroom, it really does have to be seen to be believed. They're right on US 19 in Clearwater, and you can always check them out online at FurmanFord.com. Furman Ford, from America, for America. Make sure when you get in there, you let them know that John Senning sent you.
Chloe dreams of high fives and home runs. As a two-time cancer survivor, she's already proven she's a force on and off the softball field. At Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital, we believe in Chloe's dream because we share it together every step of the way. Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital. All we do, all for kids.
You put it off all month, but guys, you need to act now. International Diamond Center's amazing free finance offer ends Monday. So if it's time to pop the question, celebrate a big anniversary, or upgrade her diamond, now is the best time. And this is the best way to buy. You can make any purchase and spread your payments over 5 years with an unheard of interest rate of just 0%. 0.0. That's all the way to the year 2030. All designer rings and all certified diamonds are included. All colored gemstone jewelry, all fashion jewelry. Nothing's held back. So act now. Get that $12,000 engagement ring with a hand-picked certified diamond and designer setting and pay just $200 a month. Or that $3,000 diamond eternity band, just $50 a month. While interest rates are up everywhere else, IDC takes them all the way down to 0. So you can go big. But time is running out. International Diamond Center's rate relief ends Monday, June 30th and will not be extended. International Diamond Center in Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. Excludes Rolex. Details and more at shopidc.com. On approved credit.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Find what you love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Walk right through the door. It's all here to explore. With guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Now more than ever,
Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at Lowe's.com/lowest price guarantee.
Injured? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. Unique opinions, compelling conversation, and the best in afternoon entertainment. Now, the conversation continues on Drew Garabo Live.
Ever since I was a little kid, we've had a very adversarial relationship with the country formerly known as Persia. In fact, the Flock of Seagulls wrote this song about them in the 1980s. Speaking of the distance between the United States of America and Iran.
Yeah.
They were telling you, lest you think it's a country neighboring us, Iran, so far away. I can remember in the 1980s, I believe during the Carter administration, the Reagan administration, people with Bomb Iran t-shirts on. I think somebody even did a parody song on the radio when those were a thing. Instead of Barbara Ann, it was bomb, 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 Iran.
Oh, my God. That was so annoying.
So for the last 40 years of my life, Iran's pretty much been the enemy. I think most of us don't want war unless absolutely necessary. I won't pretend to know any more than you do. In fact, I will be blatantly, thoroughly honest in that I know a lot less than you do about this situation. So I'll just ask how you feel about us dropping bombs on Iran on Saturday night. If you didn't know, Iran retaliated today by dropping bombs on our military base in, people say Qatar, but I think it's Qatar. And where we go from here, I don't know how to feel about it. On one hand, I don't like war. I don't like us being involved in foreign interests while we still have so many people hurting and suffering in this country. On the other hand, I think that we can all agree that the world is a better place if Iran does not have nuclear capabilities. So then what do? We have given them so much time to either prove that they can get rid of their uranium, or do we bomb them off the map, hurting, killing innocent civilians who just happen to live there? I don't know what the right answer is.
Well, one of the other possibilities or one of the other questions is, as Americans, do we fall for the weapons of mass destruction in the tailpipe trick again?
Right, because allegedly, from some pictures I've seen, there were trucks before we bombed them, there were trucks taking the uranium to another site. So those bunker busters that are marvelous, magnificent planes of mass destruction bombed into that mountaintop might not have done any good. 800-771-1025. Drew Garabo Live, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Really good, thank you. What's your name?
Bob.
All right. Definitely your real name. What's up, Bob?
Hey, I was calling to let you know the fact that Trump voters that actually believe Trump saying that he wasn't going to defer war when he did a complete 180 like he does on everything and feeling bamboozled is the best irony out there.
The best ironic irony out there. That is some ironic irony.
There's no irony like ironic irony.
I did kind of stutter. You're right. You're right. I did kind of stutter.
Ironic irony don't stop.
You're right.
No, it's okay.
You're right.
It's all right.
Make fun of the stutter. I understand.
It's not making fun of a stutterer. It's making fun of a guy who doesn't know how to use words. You don't have a stutter. You just don't know how to use words. It's okay. It's an ironic irony, man.
I tell you what, that
I stuttered the words out of my mouth is how it works.
No. You said ironic irony. Didn't you?
Yeah, but my brain thought of irony when I wanted to be ironic.
Your brain thought of ironic irony, didn't it?
It did.
Kind of like this one time I was at a wedding and these rain clouds started forming and as it was raining I thought, isn't this an ironic irony? Say, my dear, isn't that a black fly in your Chardonnay? That is some ironic irony right there.
Black fly in your Chardonnay.
In fact, Alanis originally called this song Ironic Irony. Just a little wordy. Irony. Good afternoon. It's Drew Garabo Live. How can I help you?
Hello, is it me?
It is. What's up, dude?
How's it going? My name is Hunter Miller. This is actually my first time calling. I'm glad it's with you.
Me too, Hunter. Glad to have you. What's up?
Yeah, so I was just calling to touch on the whole Iran situation, and I think you hit it right on the head earlier when you said that they've been the problem for the past 40 years.
Yeah, and then like, what do you do with do you just sit there and wait and let them collect nukes so that they can use them against Israel and maybe use them against other allied countries? Do you sit back and hope that they act responsibly? When do you know to cut the head off the snake, so to speak? I don't know what the right answer is there, and I think
it is a tricky situation, and what would be like the coolest action that the USA could do is just send in a spec ops team to just take care of whoever's making the bad decisions over there, so nobody has to be hurt other than the people that are responsible for bad things in the past.
So like a total regime change set about by us kind of taking out the Ayatollah, which, by the way, I think it's a different Ayatollah than the Ayatollah Khomeini that we had in the 80s. But I always wondered why we didn't just take that guy out then. I don't know enough about special ops and geopolitical repercussions and whatnot. It just seems like if you know that the Ayatollah is the problem, take out the Ayatollah. But then again, if you take out the Ayatollah, is there another Ayatollah just waiting to take over?
Yeah, it's possible, but what can you really say?
I don't know. And if you turn Iran into a parking lot, then I don't know. Have you killed a bunch of innocent civilians?
Are we being fed a line, though? The guy goes, Iran has been a problem for 40 years. What has Iran done in 40 years that's affected your life?
Great question. See,
absolutely. They didn't bomb the World Trade Centers. They didn't do this. Really, what has Iran done to America that you have to say, I've been worrying about Iran for 4 decades. It's like when, what was it, Hussein with the weapons of mass destruction that they found none. You know how you go in and you change a regime, you say they have weapons of mass destruction without any solid proof because you have intelligence agents under your administration that just said there were none. But we need to go in because Israel's getting jittery and Netanyahu wants some more real estate. So let's go ahead and say weapons of mass destruction. It's the equivalent of a police drop gun. Hey, man, he was armed. Where? Right there.
800-771-1025.
I haven't had one thought about Iran in 40 years.
Unless anyone think that their retaliatory strikes in Qatar are going to be the end of it, and that because that's the way I thought. Like, okay, we bombed them, and then they bombed our base in Qatar, and maybe that's going to be it. Maybe we're all done now. But unfortunately, our president is now taunting the Ayatollah for his 3 words: very weak response.
And this is what you have to understand too. People will go, okay, well, they have nothing to do. First off, there could be sleeper cells all over this nation of ours. The other thing is terrorists never forget. Okay, say in your lifetime, my lifetime, which is considerably shorter than lifetimes beneath us, generations beneath, you have to worry about the children of the people that are in charge now and your children and your grandchildren, because terrorists have an incredible amount of patience.
Oh, yeah.
They have the patience of a monument. And it may not be you, but one day your daughter's at a water park and kaboom.
And when we bomb civilians, you're creating future terrorists.
Absolutely.
Who are
100%.
radicalized because of what the USAA did to their country.
It's not, okay, we got all of their armaments, all of this, and that. That's a very simplistic look at this situation.
800-771-1025. Drew Garabo Live, hello.
How's it going, Drew? How are you?
What's up, buddy?
Not much, man. So, I mean, listen, this whole situation, I don't think not a one of us are smart enough to really come up with a good answer for it.
Okay.
It's Iran. There's another Ayatollah. There's another radical leader that's waiting in the wings. Things have to happen organically over there, and our only interest seems to be Israel. You know what I mean? We're more or less there because Israel is defending itself. But I mean, you think about it, this war that's being fought over there has been fought for thousands of years over the Holy Land. And it's psychotic to think at this point, Iran was supposed to use all the uranium and everything that America gave them. Hillary Clinton, apparently, or a prior leadership in America for nuclear power. They haven't done that. I mean, again, I don't know. I haven't done the research, but I don't think that they've created nuclear power for their people. Basically, what they're attempting to do is stockpile weapons of mass destruction. But we can't just go in there and with a regime change, Afghanistan, Iraq. I mean, you look, when we do that, apparently we're no good at it because we just kind of go over there, try to change stuff, and then one day a leader says, all right, it's not working. We got to get out of here. And you look at what happened in Afghanistan.
Yeah. I just wonder, are we kicking a hornet's nest unnecessarily? I don't know. 800-771-1025.
Oh, it's been kicked.
Yeah, that hornet's nest is a buzzing.
It should be pointed out that Israel wasn't defending themselves. It was a preemptive strike. Now, you can call that whatever you want. You can, we can go back and forth and argue semantics. But
Israel's defending itself against strikes that were going to come later.
Yeah.
They could see it in the future.
Exactly.
And what if the Iranians go, look, this Ayatollah guy, he doesn't represent us. We want somebody new in there. We'll play nice. Let's depose him. Hello there.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, Drew. Hey, Mo.
What up?
Mo, you said something a minute ago, about Iran not doing anything to us and things like that. When I was in Iraq in 06 and 07, they were creating EFPs, explosively formed projectiles, as a type of IED, and they were killing Americans. So they absolutely had something to do with taking American lives. So I'm completely okay with that.
Yeah, no, and I understand that. You're in part of the war machine. You're in. I'm saying the average Joe, the average Joe American, who the caller was, I assume. That's who I'm talking about. I don't think in the day-to-day, the average American, not somebody in the war machine, but the average American has thought about Iran in 40 years.
I mean, maybe, but the fact of them killing Americans,
everybody's killing Americans. Americans are killing Americans. I mean, come on, man.
It is true, but and to your point, sir, that happens far away from our borders. I think the average American, good, bad, indifferent, whatever, is ignorant to what Iran is doing to people in the Middle East. They haven't attacked us on our own soil. That doesn't make it any less
It doesn't make it
tragic.
right or less tragic. But what my point was, the average American has not been bothered by Iran for 40 years.
I have.
No, well, you're not the average American.
I mean, I'm just bothered by the fact that, we've been having this conflict for so damn long and haven't done anything to fix it. If it takes turning them into a parking lot, I don't want innocent civilians to have to die simply because they live in another part of the country.
I get it. For me, you got bombs. You got one more term in office.
I know.
You want to. I don't want. You had a military parade.
I know.
Had that military parade been a tremendous success, Iran would still be there.
It's true.
They'd still have whatever it is that we took out or whatever. You've got bombs. It's a flex. You want to flex.
Yeah. Bunker busters, man. Those things have been just sitting there collecting dust.
It's like guys with 20 different guns and rifles and whatever, and they go, oh, man, I hope somebody steps in front of my car. You got 20 guns. You're dying to use them.
Oh, I wish a mother effer would.
Yeah.
800-771-1025. Hello there. Who are you?
Hey, Aaron. My name's Aaron.
Hi, Aaron. What's up, bud?
Hey, how we doing?
Good. How about you?
I had I heard something earlier. A guy had mentioned about Trump doing a 180 and bombing. Well, that's most politicians, so I'm not too worried about that.
That is true. This just in, politicians lie.
Worried. If he's worried about Trump changing his mind, I mean, he should have been worried the last 20 years. Now, the other thing is we've done this for many years. We've had these proxy wars, and that's, looking into turning into, using other people to fight our battles, or go into Iraq, try to establish democracy or whatever it may be. But in the end, they're going to do what they want to do. We need to do what we want to do. We want to make sure our lives are safe. That's what's most important. So whether or not we should have bombed them, I mean, that depends. Because if their uranium was over 60, I was reading something about it being like close to like war ready, had to be 90%, but that was like 2 or 3 years away. And then they still had to build like 6 months for the uranium, 2 to 3 years for the warheads. I don't know what timeline's right, but if that's the case, then I mean, that's what they're going to do. They're going to bomb, right?
I mean, eventually, and that's what I go back and forth with is I don't want us going to war. I don't want unnecessary military action, but I also don't feel secure living in a world where Iran has nuclear capabilities because they've hated the U.S. for a long, long time now, Well,
I mean, it's scary. They fund terrorism across the planet. I mean, what are you going to do? But yeah. I mean, yeah, we do.
and that's and thank you very much for the call. That is the thing that I don't care for here is the hypocrisy of some of it, and that we go after other countries for doing the same thing that we do. And we appoint ourselves a world superpower, so we're somehow able to get away with it, and they're not.
Right.
It seems rather hypocritical, but I live here, therefore I want America to be the safest. 800-771-1025.
And you talk about hypocrisy, and I'm not going to get into the back and forth of this or that, but you want to be preemptive with Iran. Well, you see Russia invading the Ukraine, but you want to leave them out on their own. And the problem is, for those of you that don't understand what the problem with Russia invading Ukraine and how it correlates or relates to America is, you don't want another superpower, the second superpower, expanding their territory. Duh. Willy-nilly. Duh. Okay, Ukraine, then what's next? And then you're surrounded. Because they've taken over the Bahamas. At what point do you say, hey, man, stay in your own backyard?
Better not take over the Bahamas.
I don't know, man.
800-771-1025. Drew Garabo Live, how can we help you?
Hey, Drew, I'm surprised that someone who mastered a difficult musical instrument as a young man can't properly pronounce the country of its origin.
It's Qatar.
It's Guitar.
I only played a keyboard, never a guitar. But I've seen, so the most common English pronunciation of Qatar is Qatar with the stress on the second syllable.
Which is how I was pronouncing it.
Yeah. Some speakers might also use a pronunciation closer to Qatar. While the Arabic pronunciation is slightly different, the Qatar version is widely accepted in English. In Arabic, the Q is pronounced further back in the throat, similar to a G sound, and the R is often a rolled R. So a Qatar.
Without the phlegm, is it Qatar? Is that what we're saying?
We're saying
problem is there's no established English pronunciation of this Arabic word. If you saw this country, you would know that Americans wouldn't say France, but they would say France. That's been established. The first thing is we can imitate the stress. So it's first syllable stress. So Qatar would be more accurate than Qatar, which has second syllable stress. Qatar. The first K sound, KG sound, is made way down here. We make our K more here. The T, but their T is the tongue tip doesn't come as far forward. And the R, of course, the classic American R that you can hold out, they don't have that. Theirs is more of a flap. Qatar. So if you're not comfortable saying Qatar, then I would suggest Qatar. Those are all American sounds. They're probably the closest approximation to the Arabic sounds.
Thank you, Rachel's English. So it's...
Yeah, I got to feel like
So every time I say, we got a military base that was bombed in... Sounds like I'm speaking Klingon. Hello, Drew Garabo
I gotta
Live.
look at the suspect.
Hello,
Hi, what's your name?
Amy.
Amy, what's up, darling?
Just listen to y'all and got me thinking.
All right.
These decisions are made by men behind closed doors who may not have the best intention. Even the bad guy doesn't want to be the bad guy.
I like that.
He's made these decisions because he can.
Yeah.
There's no one to tell him no.
That's true.
So he can make up any story that he so choose, and his cronies will be happy to support him because maybe they have something to get out of this.
Yeah, the war machine, as Mo called it, is so accurate, and we'll never really know the real reason we go to war. Did we go to war with Iraq because of oil? Probably. Did we really want to defend the Kurds against the Shiites, etc.? I don't know. I don't know why these things happen. Like I think they happen because they are good economy for your your missile defense systems, etc. And the poor residents of
come on, man. Need a towel.
Drew Garabo Live, hello.
Hi, thanks for taking my call.
I hadn't watched that
I
video.
do appreciate your conversation here.
Thank you.
The problems are so big and so beyond the scope of any one thing. We try to boil it down to some common denominator.
Right.
Is Iran bad? Is United States good? It goes so far out there. And when Mo tells us, hey, Iran hasn't done anything to me. Well, the Straits of Hormuz, the conflict in the Middle East, supporting the Houthis, different things like that keep us bogged down in this mire is exactly the way we beat the Russians in Afghanistan. We kept them bogged down. We kept them churning away until they ran out of money, and then that was the end of their empire. And here we are today fighting the same guy again, Putin again. It's just such an issue that's beyond, I think, what we can fix.
Yeah.
And I think that we just have to continue marching forward until someday we find some peace.
Do you think it is in human nature to have peace and harmony, or is it in human nature to want to conquer and take something that someone else has? Which is more indicative of the way we are as humanity?
Well, Drew, I think that it comes down to, for like me and my house, I'm looking to take care of my daughter.
Yep.
So against all things out there, I'm against anything coming against my daughter. Now elevate that to all of our daughters.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's our motivation. And if that means that the world comes to an end tomorrow and my daughter needs to eat and you got food, you can share or you can give it to me.
I'll
and
share.
That's just the way it is.
FYI, gladly share with you and your daughter.
Take a dark turn.
Don't take my stuff. Okay? I will gladly get your daughter whatever if she wants from my pantry. You don't need to take my stuff. She wants my Publix organic dark chocolate almonds.
Yeah, but why should you have to give him stuff because you planned properly?
Because he's got a gun, Mo. That's the implied. That's what's implied there. He is going to shoot me if I don't give his daughter my food.
Do you see if we could go back to a word that was bandied about just moments ago? The irony in saying, yeah, you want war, peace. We want peace. How can we achieve peace? But understand something. If you got something I need, I'm going to take my gun and take it from you.
Boy, that is some ironic irony, as that man said before.
Yeah. Do you want peace or do you want to be able to take what you want to take from somebody because you have bigger guns?
I want peace. And
there you go.
Hello, who are you?
Hey, my name's John. Listen, I know that if the Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis, the Sunnis, the Shiites, Iraq is, if they all put their guns down, there's peace.
True, but they're never gonna.
Guns down. But if Israel puts their guns down, there's no peace.
That's true, and they never will put their gun down. By the way, like they as long as there is one Israeli and one Palestinian living in the Middle East, they will fight to the death over that sacred land. They truly believe that is their sacred land and that belongs to them. There is literally nothing anyone can do to stop that conflict. So then, do you just let them continue to fight it out? Do you stay away from it? I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is there. It's a bummer that we went to war on a Saturday night. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, better than Sunday and interrupting the Pacers Oaks KC game.
Anything to take off that edge of what happened to Tyrese. Hello, who are you?
Hey, how you doing, fellas?
By the way, I thought, good, thank you. One moment, sir. I thought that the anthem last night, I don't know why people are bitching about Kristen Chenoweth and the anthem that she sang. I thought it was beautiful, so poignant, especially given what's going on. And it was a beautiful anthem. Go ahead, sir.
I didn't.
You didn't hear it?
No, what's the bitch? Okay.
I'll play you the last part of it. Go ahead, sir.
Just on the Iraq thing.
Yeah.
The reason we went in there was because they wouldn't allow none of the inspectors in. So they broke the treaty, which I think was 551 and 551-2 when they fired on our Marine helicopters. That's why we went in there.
Oh.
Bush didn't get into technicalities because after the Gulf War, they had to let our inspectors in, and Clinton didn't come down on them and let them get away with it and get away with it and get away with it. And then I think after the towers, Bush was like, you know what? I'm done with all this nonsense. We're going in there. You got till tomorrow. Let them in, or we're coming in.
I could listen to this guy talk politics all day long. Thank you, sir. Here is Miss Kristen Chenoweth performing. Here's just the last minute. I thought it was so beautiful. What a voice she's got too.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
That might have been a bit excessive.
That's a little extra. Too much sauce, man. Come on.
That may qualify to some as being excessive. I would say that part went on about a second and a half too long.
Come on, man.
Just a bit very poignant. Now, I'm not doctored that or anything. That is the actual anthem.
Oh, I thought you extended it.
No, that is completely undoctored.
You like that?
At the time, I did. Now that I'm listening back to it, it seems a bit excessive. And I think people were booing when she was done.
And the home of the brave. The home the free.
See, you extended that one.
No, I swear.
That's not, wow.
That is her doing it.
Is she a singer?
She is, I guess. She's an actress, but didn't she do Frozen?
I thought she was an actress.
Yeah, she is, but I think she sang that Frozen song, right?
I mean, I vaguely think I recall the connection, yeah.
Wait, she's not the one who did Let It Go. Let It Go is that Idina Menzel or whatever.
Oh.
So I guess
who is she?
She does she's got 180 million streams on her song Defying Gravity. Why don't I know this song? Defying
Elphaba, why couldn't you have stayed calm for once instead of flying off the handle?
Wicked?
I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy now. I hope you're happy how you hurt your cause forever. I hope you think you're clever. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy too. I hope you're proud how you would grovel in submission to feed your own ambition. So though I can't imagine how, I hope you're happy right now. Elfie, listen to me.
I wonder if that was the right move by the National Basketball Association, given the current tenuous times we're in politically. I would have thought a somber, poetic, poignant anthem. But then again, I don't know.
They couldn't have known she was going to do that, right? You don't have to. I don't think you have to rehearse that. You just assume that the person's going to do it with a modicum of class and respect and keep the showboatery down to a minimum.
That was some serious showboatery. Like the last little part, she didn't need to go up into that. That part is the objectionable part. If you just listen.
Or the land of the free.
As soon as she starts to go up like that, that's where problems started. So at 1 minute 45 seconds into it now. That's an 8 second note.
You should never sound like a car alarm.
People probably had crystal glassware breaking all over the place.
Dogs was like, what? What's going on?
Yeah, okay. In retrospect, that might have been excessive.
Oh, my God.
800-771-1025. Well, thank you for your great phone calls. Appreciate it. When we come back, your first chance to win a prize this week that Mike O is good enough to give to us. We've got some great stuff, and we're going to commemorate a very memorable day in film history. A film franchise was launched today in history. And Randy Hahn on Twitter, he's right. She did nail that note. She nailed it for 8 friggin' seconds. And that is that's skill.
You're listening to Drew Garabo live on 102.5 The Bone. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The Open Mic on the free 102.5 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
After authorities had all lanes shut down temporarily, a very serious crash in Hillsborough now has 3 lanes blocked. This is along southbound I-275 in Fletcher. Backups are approaching Bruce B. Downs. Continue expecting delays up to an hour. Elsewhere, continue expecting sluggish conditions from an earlier crash along southbound I-275 in Lois, though that's now off on the shoulder. Traffic along eastbound I-4 is solid from the approach to US 301 out to I-75. In Pinellas, heavy volume continues along southbound I-275, leaving St. Pete out toward the Skyway Bridge, but no major accidents are being reported. This is Jim with traffic.
The bigger, better, faster summer event is on at Jerry Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Get deals on over 1,000 vehicles in stock during the Employee Pricing Plus event. Save up to $15,000 on new 2025 models, and your first 3 payments are on us. And don't forget to visit our website and enter for your chance to win a new Ram 1500. It's all happening at the #1 Ram dealer in the U.S., Jerry Ohm. Tampa is Ohm Country. Online at jerryohm.com. Call 1-800-840-0798 for complete details.
Power up with big savings from Hawkins Service Company this June. Get free surge protection when you spend over $250 on electrical service. You need generator maintenance? You're in luck. It's $50 off this month. Or go big, get $500 off a whole home Generac generator with install. Don't wait until the next storm hits. These offers are good through June 30th only. Call Hawkins today at 813-445-8209 or always online at HawkinsServiceCO.com. Hawkins, one call handles it all.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash
cash back. If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code RADIO to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code RADIO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code RADIO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hey, did you hear the Furman Chevrolet of Brandon Summer Savings event is going on right now? Sounds like a perfect time for a new car to me. You know, Furman Chevy Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 Chevy dealer. They've got Tampa Bay's largest new Chevy inventory to choose from, tariff-free. And Brad Wise and my friends at Furman Chevy Brandon do business the right way. No surprise dealer installed options you're forced to buy, no inflated market adjustments. Go see why they're Tampa Bay's #1 Chevy dealer and Chevrolet's Dealer of the Year. And together, let's drive. Visit them today on Automo Drive in Brandon or online anytime at FurmanChevy.com.
Dead Air Day is Saturday, June 28th at Shark Coast Tactical. The crew from Dead Air, the best suppressor manufacturer in the world, will be at the shop and on hand to walk you through the best the industry has to offer. And if you don't have a suppressor yet, what are you waiting for? With the new norm of 3 to 6 day suppressor wait times and the incredible deals at Shark Coast, make plans and clear your Saturday now. Gear up and save big at Shark Coast Tactical this Saturday, June 28th for Dead Air Day. Shark Coast Tactical is often imitated, never duplicated. Shark Coast Tactical is on Beer Ridge Road in Sarasota. Look for them on social media and tell them Mike Calta sent you.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQBar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/policy/terms of service.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQBar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Now you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping when you text EAT to 64,000. Text EAT to 64,000 to get your 20% off. That's EAT to 64,000.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Even if you've tried before and were unsuccessful in getting rid of your timeshare, call today and see if we can help. We offer a complete 100% unconditional client satisfaction guarantee. Make this completely free call and learn how we can help you legally put an end to your timeshare nightmare once and for all. You have nothing to lose, so call right now to qualify and receive a free consultation.
Call 800-838-8614. 800-838-8614. That's 800-838-8614.
Paid for by Airtime Media.
Feel the spark after dark at Busch Gardens Summer Nights. Florida's best thrill rides every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday through August 10th. Stay for the new Drone Show Spectacular with an explosive firework finale every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights on the festival field. Listen for your chance to win passes to Busch Gardens Summer Nights.
When it really matters, choose Farrah & Farrah. Here for you, here for good. Tampa.
Got a burned out light switch or broken outlet or breakers that keep flipping? Just call for a Bolt electrician online at boltelectric.com.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Sun Toyota.com.
I'm meteorologist Jim Weber in the Sky Tower Weather Center. Any storms winding down for this evening. It's going to be another steamy night under partly cloudy skies. Low temperature down to 77. Then as we head into tomorrow, partly cloudy skies. Look for more of those storms around during the afternoon hours, but rain chance only around 30% and a daytime high of 94 degrees.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio, sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Drew Garabo Live.
Oh, I got a live one here.
years ago today, 1989, Tim Burton's Batman was released, starring Mr. Mom himself, Beetlejuice, Johnny Dangerously, Pacific Heights, Michael Keaton. And I remember thinking to myself when they announced him as Bruce Wayne / Batman that was a weird-ass choice.
You weren't the only one.
He did all right.
I think he did better than all right. I think he did fantastic.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how to say this. It looked a lot better at the time, but since then, there have been way better Batmen.
Oh, absolutely. But I think you have to judge him based upon the time it was released. And upon the time it released, he did fantastic.
He did. And for guys of our generation, we knew Batman from the comic books, The Dark Knight. Then we knew Batman from the campy television program with Adam West and Burt Ward, which was just so over the top cheesy that our version of ever see someone do the bat to see? So cheesy and wrong. Then we had the Justice League of America Super Friends version of Batman fighting alongside Superman and Robin and the Flash. And then you had Michael Keaton, followed closely by Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Ben Affleck. You had Robert Pattinson, and of course, Christian Bale. You now have an opportunity to win the fantastic prizes given to us by one Mike Olivero. We've got for you this week, thanks to Mike O, a pair of tickets to Busch Gardens to experience Busch Gardens Summer Nights. You can find Summer Nights details at buschgardens.com/Tampa/events/summer-nights. You can pick up those tickets at the station during business hours. A pair of tickets to Monster Jam at Amalie Arena for Friday, August 15th at 7 p.m. 3 days of action at Amalie Arena, August 15th through 17th. You'll get those tickets digitally. Or a pair of tickets to attend Bolt's Brewfest at Amalie Arena on August 1st, a night of craft beer and games at Amalie Arena on August 1st. Must be 21 and up, and your tickets will be sent digitally. Your game, should you choose to play it, 800-771-1025. Which Batman? It's that simple. I will play a clip for Maurice. Maurice will tell me which Batman it is. You will agree or disagree. You get 5 Batmen in a row. You got a prize. But you got to get 5 Batmen in a row. Drew Garabo Live, who are you?
Drew, it's Ange.
What's up, dude?
Hey, do you remember back in the day the black and white Superman show and the show Mighty Mouse?
I remember both. George Reeves played the original Superman, and I loved that show. I would watch it nonstop as a kid. I was a big Superman guy. And then Mighty Mouse, when he snorted that little powder on that one episode, Mighty Mouse was pretty rad. I loved him. Him and Underdog were my two favorites as a kid.
Both of those shows were probably my favorites when I was that age.
Loved them. Look at what all we have in common.
I don't care about the question. I hope you guys have a good night.
Thanks, Angelo. Hope you have a great day, too. What a nice guy. Hello there. Who are you? I say, hello there. Who are you?
This is Chris.
How you doing today, Chris?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. You ready to play our Batman game?
Yes, sir.
All right. Maurice.
Yes.
Which Batman is this?
I see without seeing. To me, darkness is as clear as daylight.
Is that Bale, Keaton, Kilmer, Clooney, Affleck, or Pattinson? I'll play it again. I said I'll play it again.
I see without seeing. To me, darkness is as clear as daylight.
That's Kilmer all day, that's the Iceman.
He says Kilmer, the Iceman. I am dangerous. I'll be your Huckleberry. Agree or disagree?
100% agree because he's right.
He is right. That is a good reason to agree. Absolutely correct. That was Val Kilmer. How about this Batman right here?
You're garbage who kills for money. You're garbage who kills for money.
Which Batman, Maurice, is that?
Yikes.
Bale, Keaton, Kilmer, Clooney, Affleck, or Pattinson?
Okay, one more time.
Absolutely.
You're garbage who kills for money.
Oh, I got to be honest with you. I am completely unfamiliar with the Pattinson Batman because I didn't see that one. And I didn't see the Ben Affleck one either. But that sounds like Bale to me.
He says Bale. Do you agree or disagree, sir?
I'm going to disagree.
Sorry, you're wrong to do it. That was absolutely Christian Bale in the, I believe, the interrogation scene with the Joker.
You're garbage who kills for money.
You disappoint me, my friend.
800-771-1025. My opinion, Bale is the best Batman and Bruce Wayne. Just my opinion. I love Batman because his superpower, if you will, is nothing more than his parents being killed in front of him. Like he didn't get bit by a spider. He wasn't born on a foreign planet. He just has a healthy sense of vigilance because his parents were killed by a stick-up dude. That's his secret power.
Listen, you might be right about Bale being the best, but to me, the coolest was Kilmer. If I were directing the Batman, I would want Kilmer to be my Batman.
Get out of here. Drew Garabo Live, how can we help you?
Yeah, it's Mitch.
Hi, Mitch. How we doing today, bud?
Good, guys.
Excellent. You ready to play Which Batman?
I am ready. Still
Maurice, which Batman is this?
My parents taught me a different lesson. Dying in the gutter for no reason at all.
I'll give it to you one more time.
My parents taught me a different lesson. Dying in the gutter for no reason at all.
Which Batman that be?
He can be a good actor, but when he's bad, he's bad. That's Affleck.
He says Affleck. Do you agree or disagree, sir?
I agree.
Yeah, he's right about all of it, about Ben Affleck being bad when he's really, really bad. That was Batman versus Superman. That was terrible.
Ooh,
like, how did no one ever go like, hey, your delivery sucks?
Did he beat Superman with a bad delivery?
Yeah, that's how actually he killed Superman, was by delivering his line so badly that he choked to death. All right, here's your next Batman.
They may be drinkers, Robin, but they're also human beings. And may be salvaged. I had to do it.
Which Batman?
What? Let me hear that again.
They may be drinkers, Robin, but they're also human beings. And may be salvaged. I had to do it.
Is that Bale, West, Keaton, Kilmer, Clooney, Affleck, or Pattinson?
Okay, one more time, please.
Sure.
They may be drinkers, Robin, but they're also human beings. And may be salvaged. I had to do it.
What'd you say, sir?
It's West all day long, Mo.
He's right, Mo. No need to even have you go through the
yeah, it's West.
Definitely West.
Yeah, why don't you just play the whole game by yourself? Sir? Go ahead. It's all you. You got all the answers.
Here's your next Batman, Mr. I Know Everything.
Exactly.
I'm vengeance. I'm vengeance.
Oh.
I'm vengeance.
Only because, I know who it's not. As I don't know who it is, but only because you haven't done Pattinson, I'm going to go that's Pattinson.
He thinks it's Pattinson.
I agree, Mo.
You're correct. Let's have you keep going, even though you already won. We'll see if you can run the table. Well done. By the way, the Robert Pattinson The Batman is a phenomenal, not just phenomenal Batman movie, it's a great movie.
I certainly love the
I
style.
agree 100%.
Dude, it's like it's so dark, and it's like Zodiac meets a Batman movie. I thought Pattinson was really good. The movie was really, really dark. I thought the way they handled it was great.
Didn't you guys think that Gotham was the best depiction of Gotham City of all the films?
Yes.
Like the greenness of Gotham. That's what I thought was cool about it.
I thought that was the best Gotham, followed very, very closely by Batman Begins, which I thought was another very good dark version of the lawlessness of Gotham. Here's your next one.
Agreed.
That's frightened me. Each time my enemies shared my dread. That's frightened me. Each time my enemies shared my dread.
Oh, I would go. I've already won for him, right?
Yes, you have.
Okay, I would probably go Bale on that one.
Agree or disagree?
Agree.
You're on fire. That is Christian Bale. Let's move on to the next. Which Batman is this?
You weigh a little more than 108. You weigh a little more than 108.
One more time.
Sure thing.
You weigh a little more than 108.
Ooh, that for me, that is either Keaton or Kilmer, and I'm gonna. Oh, damn it! I'm gonna go Keaton.
He says Keaton. Agree or disagree?
Totally agree.
You weigh a little more than 108.
It was Batman to Vicky Vale, played by Kim Basinger. Definitely Michael Keaton. Here's your next one.
It will happen this way. You make the kill. But your pain doesn't die with Harvey, it grows.
Ooh, which Batman is that?
It will happen this way. You make the kill. But your pain doesn't die with Harvey, it grows.
That's got to be. I want to say Kilmer, but I think I'm going to be wrong on this one. I would say Kilmer.
He says Kilmer. Agree or disagree?
I agree with you, Mo. I think it's Kilmer, too.
It is Kilmer.
Damn, I'm good.
This guy, both of you guys know you're Batman. We got two more.
Oh, no.
You interest me, strangely. I accept your invitation.
Come on, man.
Pretty easy one, right?
You interest me, strangely. I accept your invitation.
Who do you think that is, Mo?
That's Adam West.
He says Adam West. Do you agree or disagree, sir?
I agree.
You're right to do it. That is definitely Adam West. And your final. Which Batman is this?
I think he knows who his parents are. I think he knows who his parents are.
Which Batman is that?
I'm going to get up one more time.
All righty.
I think he knows who his parents are.
It's not Keaton. It's not West. Didn't sound like Kilmer. Did you do Winnie Clooney?
Did I?
It's not Clooney. So it's either Pattinson or Bale. One more time.
I think he knows who his parents are.
All right, I'm going to F it up on the last one. I'm going to go Bale.
He says Bale. Agree or disagree, sir?
Disagree.
Disagree. I say Clooney.
Well, you're both wrong. That was Michael Keaton.
I think he knows who his parents are.
Kind of hear it. Once you know, you can hear that Mr. Mom.
Both of us. That was a tough one.
Yep, that was. A tough one. You still won, though. Hang on one second, my dude, and I'll get your information, all right? Thanks for playing.
Thanks, fellas.
Yeah, dude, that first Batman, now when you look back on it, it's very campy. And when Michael Keaton is Batman, he's very close to being Beetlejuice. Like extremely close on some of the lines. But and at the time you're like, oh my God, Jack Nicholson is the perfect Joker. No one could ever be as good of a Joker. And since then, we've had two Jokers who are better.
Better, right.
One in Joaquin Phoenix and one in Heath Ledger.
I had to be honest with you, and I loved Keaton as Batman. I thought the Joker was. I thought Nicholson was. I don't know, because he was. You're coming off of the Cesar Romero Joker for me,
right?
Who was kind of had an eloquence. He kind of had a charm.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Nicholson was Nicholson, but he almost kind of was more Nicholson than the Joker.
Yeah.
But it worked for the film.
It did. And I thought when Heath Ledger became the Joker, I'm like, there is no way. He owns this role forever. We're never going to see anything like that again. And then the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
I don't want to say he blew Heath out of the water, but he was as good as Heath Ledger.
I'd still go with Heath, but his was a fascinating portrayal.
I think we go with Heath because he died shortly afterwards.
It was just the tics. He had tics that you're like, wow, how did you make that choice?
Yeah, and he became the Joker during the filming. Like, he wouldn't turn it off.
I hated Leto's Joker.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, don't forget about that.
Oh, I totally forgot about that. Oh, gross. What do we got coming up with the Mo Better, Mo?
Well, don't get jugged, Drew. Do any teachers teach in high school anymore? And there's a hurricane coming again.
That's next on the Mo Better News.
You're listening to Drew Garabo live on 102.5 The Bone. Summer is here, and it's time to take that weekend getaway to Vegas, or maybe book that Alaskan cruise. But maybe inflation has kicked you right in the wallet. Well, leave it to Mike Calta to cancel his new order of 14 refrigerators just to give you the Mike Calta Summer Vacay Payday. Listen for the keyword every Tuesday and Thursday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Get it and enter it in the free 1025 The Bone app, and you could win $1,000. That's $1,000 that you can use towards a beach vacation, or to buy your own refrigerator, or to just buy a bunch of beer, stay home, and drink them. You know, like a staycation. It's the Mike Calta Summer Vacay Payday from 1025 The Bone. Real, raw radio. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
After authorities had all lanes shut down temporarily, a very serious crash in Hillsborough now has 3 lanes blocked. This is along southbound I-275 in Fletcher. Backups are approaching Bruce B. Downs. Continue expecting delays up to an hour. Elsewhere, continue expecting sluggish conditions from an earlier crash along southbound I-275 at Lois, though that's now off on the shoulder. Traffic along eastbound I-4 is solid from the approach to US 301 out to I-75. In Pinellas, heavy volume continues along southbound I-275, leaving St. Pete out toward the Skyway Bridge, but no major accidents are being reported. This is Jim with traffic.
Save time and money with mobile service at Jerry Ohm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They come to you and perform on-site simple repairs or routine maintenance. Schedule mobile service with Jerry Ohm today. Online at jerryohm.com. Tampa is Ohm country. See dealer for complete details.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Get factory direct custom-made impact windows installed. This is John Senning for Reese Windows and Doors, where they've been installing affordable, high-quality impact windows for over 50 years. I had the fine folks from Reese in my home just a couple weeks ago. I was blown away to learn about these products that are made in America, and Reese is a family-owned business with that double lifetime warranty. You want to get a free quote? Just text the word TRUST to 20129, and you'll also have a chance to win $15,000 in new impact windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Hey, did you know that with Frontier Fiber Internet, the best Wi-Fi isn't just for VIPs anymore?
So even if I have less than 1 million followers?
Or me, a total noob?
What if I'm not in the metaverse yet?
Yeah, now everyone can get Wi-Fi 7 with a premium Eero router on Fiber 500 and up. Now starting at only $39.99 per month. Switch to the most advanced Wi-Fi on 100% fiber internet. Only from Frontier. Good to go. In select areas, price for 12 months with autopay. ETF terms apply. Max speeds wired. Actual average and Wi-Fi speed vary.
For decades, Camtech School of Construction has been the leader in preparing thousands of people to advance their career as a licensed contractor. Join Camtech's free info seminar this Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Tampa AC Hotel by Marriott, 4020 West Boy Scout Boulevard, 1-800-875-PASS. CamtechSchool.com.
We had a great time at the Wild Fork location in West Chase over the weekend. I'm John Senning, and I love seeing people discover the greatness of Wild Fork for the first time. Whether you're a family man or woman who wants to be able to feed the whole crew great food at an affordable price, or you're looking for something wild, like wild game, elk, bison, yak, or something real bougie like a cut of Wagyu, Wild Fork has it all, from seasoning, sides, even desserts, with locations in West Chase, South Tampa, and St. Pete. Get it delivered, pick it up in store, or go on a shopping spree, always online at wildforkfoods.com.
A lot of people, when they come in, they'll say, this is my last hope. The next step is getting them in the right arch supports. Our goal is to have that long-term change for them, to see someone that is in pain. I change things for them. See how we can help you with a free fitting at the Good Feet store.
Sitting in traffic because of an auto accident is frustrating. We should remember, though, that the person in that accident ahead, their life has changed forever. And we may be thankful it isn't us. But if it ever is, call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, Pinellas.
It's officially time for Zero Res's annual summer sale. Take advantage and get 15% off all cleaning services. That's 15% off carpet, air ducts, area rugs, and more. Mention my name, Galvin, to secure this deal today or book online at ZeroResTampaBay.com.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more, 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. Unique opinions, compelling conversation, and the best in afternoon entertainment. Now, the conversation continues on Drew Garabo Live.
Newsflash. I have news.
You may hear news elsewhere, but it definitely won't be Mo Better Than This.
Well, anyway, we're going to do a tune called
Mo Better News, right now on Drew Garabo Live.
Drew, but I zoomed into the Beach Bash meeting, but you were actually there to, get yourself some complimentary Panera.
It was delicious.
Always is. I deconstructed a BLT sandwich in the break room.
Nice.
Got back in. I say this to say that my body, Drew, I don't know if you saw this or not, but I posted a shirtless picture on Sunday.
Oh, no, I didn't see.
You didn't?
Oh, no.
I had it on like 4 forms of social media.
Oh, no, it must have eluded me somehow, along with your birthday week proclamation, which all rugged males make.
Listen, all I'm trying to say is the body is looking tight, and I owe that to Mick Ultra Zero because Mick Ultra Zero has 6.5 carbs. What's 6.5 carbs going to do to you? I'll tell you what it's going to do to you. Absolutely nothing. More importantly, it has 0 alcohol. So when you are at the gym, it is giving, you don't have to worry about, and after the gym, you don't have to worry about your body trying to metabolize the alcohol out of your system before it has the time to work on the fat. And understand something, when I was drinking to the degree that by the time the alcohol was metabolized out of my body was done metabolizing. Metabolization, it has its own clock too. It punches in and it punches out. What I'm trying to say is if you've made a lifestyle choice to try and get into shape, if you've made a lifestyle choice where you're eliminating alcohol, or if you're pausing from it, Mick Ultra Zero, the newest and best tasting 0 alcohol beer on the market, is for you. Once again, 6.5 carbs, 29 calories, more than half of some, but half of what any of the leading brands offers, and it has the closest taste to its counterpart, which is the cool, crisp, clean taste of Mick Ultra. I have cases upon cases in my refrigerator. You can get them too, and you can get them at Publix, you can get them at Winn-Dixie, you can get them at Walmart, you can get a draft or a bottle at Tiki.
You all right there, Mo?
Tiki Sam.
Stroking out? You good?
I've been working out too much, Drew. I am. I'm stroking.
Oh, man.
You can get it at Thomas Speed. You can get it at Black Rock. You can get it at Ferg's. You can get it anywhere that you look up and they say that they have the great taste and the 6.5 carbs and 29 calories of Mick Ultra Zero. I cannot think of 0 reasons for you not to try Mick Ultra Zero. Did I say that right? It felt like I had a double negative in there.
I feel like you're okay.
Okay, and I'm actually saying there are no reasons to try Mick Ultra Zero.
I think there are 0 reasons.
I think this is going to be the last week of this endorsement. Hey, we had fun. It was a run. It was a run.
Good one.
We'll start with some sad news. RIP, and I meant to be able to look it up, but I did not get a chance. We have a rock and roll passing.
Oh.
And that is, where is my friend? Where is my friend?
Oh, no.
Where, yeah, I know. Here we go. Mick Ralphs, guitarist and co-founder of Bad Company and Mott the Hoople, dies at 81. This was breaking news about an hour and a half ago. The guitarist, songwriter, and co-founder of the legendary 70s rock band's company, Bad Company, Mott the Hoople, died, according to an announcement from his rep. No cause of death was disclosed, although he had been in poor health for nearly a decade. 81 years old. Ralph's tasteful guitar work and songwriting acumen were a trademark of both bands across the 70s. He wrote or co-wrote such hits as Can't Get Enough and Feel Like Making Love for Bad Company, Rock and Roll Queen and One of the Boys from Mott the Hoople, and Ready for Love, which was recorded by both bands. There you go. He later co-wrote Flying Hour with George Harrison. Bad Company fan?
All right.
I'm like that too. I'm like that too. Paul Rogers, a very distinctive voice, very soulful. You cannot take that away from him. Bad Company, a very influential band, I believe, amongst other bands. Not someone that I said, okay, I got to have anything from the catalog.
No, they kind of fall into that Boston 38 Special, Kansas. Fine bands that produce great songs, but I'm never like, damn, I'm going to listen to some Bad Company.
Yeah, there you go. The tragedy part of this, and it could go back to your conversation at the very beginning of the show about which was the greater sports tragedy. You like an Aaron Rodgers getting injured first game of the season as opposed to getting injured in Game 7, the last game of the season.
Yeah.
Bad Company will be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame later this year.
Oh.
So you're 81. People have been heaping praise upon praise upon praise for you. You have seen people like Queen Latifah get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and you finally get the nod. You finally get the invite to the big dance, and you die within the year. Is it greater to have never been selected to and die thinking you were never selected, or to die knowing that you were selected?
I think knowing that you got selected and then not making it to the induction, at least you know you got in. Unlike Pete Rose, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay. All right. I see where you're going from. I see where you're going from there. While we're on the subject of celebrity deaths, real quick update to a story we did. Ann Burroughs' final Worst Cooks in America season to air in July as Food Network sets programming tribute. Now, is this a programming tribute, Drew, or is this, hey man,
exploitation?
We spent some money on this. It's paid for. Yeah.
Title, like the spotlight is burning bright. This lady's dead.
Yeah. How do you watch that and enjoy it, knowing that she died, and I believe under mysterious circumstances too?
Yeah, they said heart attack, but they found a bunch of pills.
Right. Titled Worst Cooks in America, Talented and Terrible, the new season will premiere July 28th and will showcase recruits who are professional performers and used to stealing the spotlight. But in the kitchen, they are dishing out disaster. Burrow was joined by the chef Gabe Bartini to host the season. Additionally, on June 25th at 10 p.m., the Warner Brothers Discovery-owned cable network will air a curated selection of encore episodes featuring Ann that will highlight her extraordinary talent as chef, competitor, and teacher.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know you're going to watch them all, like, looking for little tinges of sadness, you know?
Yeah, right. You're going to start, exactly.
Ooh, you can see it in her eyes right there.
Yeah, right. That's not an onion making her cry.
Right. It's life.
Tropical storm Andrea, I don't know how you want to say it. It's the first named storm of the 2025 hurricane season, and that's possible over the next 2 days. The good news is, if I'm not mistaken, they're saying it is expected to last around 36 to 48 hours.
All
so
right.
I don't think we're going to have to worry about that. I know John loves to follow these things.
He does.
Speaking of sinning and sinning show, he talked about this. I heard you guys going back and forth on it. Operation Dragon Eye, for those that were not listening then, officials locate 60 critically missing children in Tampa Bay. 8 people were also arrested during the operation. I'll say this again, 60 missing children aged 9 to 17, and arrested 8 people on various charges, including human trafficking, child endangerment, narcotics possession, and custodial interference. The children who were located were provided with medical resources, nourishment, social services, and child advocates. And you were talking about this, and I think if they found 60 over the course of a 2-week operation, how many children are out there being exploited?
Boom. A lot.
And it's a really, really sad. And if they can find 60 over the course of 2 weeks, why aren't resources that I know we are expending on a lot of other less important or less impactful things, why aren't those resources being redirected so we can find 60 kids every 2 weeks?
It's a great question, Mo. Well, we definitely should be.
Yeah, I need somebody to answer that. Foulness under, do teachers teach anymore? Florida high school, but aside from chasing down others, station out students, a Florida high school teacher pleads guilty in gun running for criminal organization case. This is right here in Hillsborough County, Drew. A Hillsborough County high school teacher pled guilty in connection with gun running for a transitional criminal organization in Florida, DOJ announced today. According to the plea agreement, 46-year-old Shannon Lee Samla Singh of Tampa purchased several assault rifles, magazine clips, and other does teaching not pay enough?
Man, it does not.
Rifles and other firearm components from federally licensed firearm dealers in Hillsborough County and Miami-Dade. She falsely stated on submitted federal forms that she was the buyer of said firearms while she was receiving money via international wire transfers. This was international from members of a Trinidadian transitional crime organization. She has pled guilty to conspiracy to making false statements to a firearms dealer, and she faces up to 5 years in federal prison.
I have breaking news over here, Maurice, in the War News Center.
Okay.
From our president. Congratulations to everyone. It has been fully agreed by and between Israel and Iran that there will be a complete and total ceasefire in approximately 6 hours from now when Israel and Iran have wound down and completed their in-progress final missions for 12 hours, at which point the war will be considered ended. Officially, Iran will start the ceasefire, and upon the 12th hour, Israel will start the ceasefire, and upon the 24th hour, an official end to the 12-day war will be saluted by the world.
Let me get this straight. Let me unpack this real quick. So what you're saying is they are going to stop fighting, but they're going to continue fighting even though they have an agreement to stop fighting for 6 hours. Then Iran's going to stop fighting, but Israel keeps to keep fighting
for another 6 hours.
For another 6 hours.
But upon the 12th hour, Maurice, and then upon the 24th hour, an official end to the 12-day war will be saluted by the world. During each ceasefire, the other side will remain peaceful and respectful. On the assumption that everything works as it should, which it will, I would like to congratulate both countries, Israel and Iran, on having the stamina, courage, and intelligence to end what should be called the 12-day war. This is a war that could have gone on for years and destroyed the Middle East, but it didn't and never will. God bless Israel. God bless Iran. God bless the Middle East. God bless the United States of America. And all caps, God bless the world.
So we just bombed them, and now we're wanting God to bless them.
After 6 hours.
I thought you were going to say what could be called the Biden war.
Look, let's just take the dub. War's over in 6 to 24 hours. As long as everyone abides by the ceasefire.
I don't know how you come to an agreement to end the war and go, all right, but for 12 hours, we can still fire.
It's like a hall pass, Mo. It's like, all right, we're going to get our marriage back together, but you get to go out there and just bang anybody.
What was the first part? After they've shot all their weapons, then they're going to go...
Look, take the dub.
Crazy world.
War is over.
It's a crazy world.
Soon.
All right. Going back to another story for the second time, we talked about the woman that was killed by an alligator in Polk County. The report has officially been released, and it was after what we know as the dreaded death roll, May 3rd, along Tiger Creek near Lake Kissimmee State Park, that Cynthia Dekema of Paw Paw, Michigan, met her fate. As the canoe passed over an 11-foot alligator, the reptile thrashed and knocked the two 61-year-olds out of the vessel, and the FWC stated Cynthia was immediately bitten by the alligator. Her husband tried to help as he swam away, but could not.
I mean, it's just a gator being a gator.
You can't be mad at him. He's 61 years old in a canoe. Come on now.
You're in Florida.
Yeah, exactly. Police sound the alarm on dangerous jugging robbery trend sweeping across America. Do you know what jugging is, Drew?
Jugging is when you dress like a clown and drink Faygo and go, whoop, whoop.
That's juggaloing.
Oh, my bad.
No. The crime is known as jugging, a type of robbery in which criminals surveil banks and ATMs, watching for victims who withdraw large sums of money. When those victims finish their transaction, the juggers will usually follow them to a secondary location where they will then rob the victims, often inside their vehicle. Jugging rhymes, of course, with mugging. It spread from Texas to South Carolina, even down here to Florida. And they have footage of such things. They are scoping and will watch you as you either coming in or going out of the bank, or watch you do ATM withdrawals, seeing how much you're getting cash rise reset. When my daughter Giovanna, I think it was in Baltimore doing radio. Her and my wife at the time were living with my wife's parents. The grandmother and Giovanna, who I think maybe at 6 or 7, and this is going back 30 years, were at the ATM at night off of North Del Mabry.
Yeah.
Giovanna was in the car, and she saw a guy go up behind her. I don't know if she knew that he was pointing a gun or whatever, but when she withdrew the money, took the money. Now, she ducked down, thank God. I mean, thank God for a lot of things, because a lot of things could have went very, very bad, and then they were able to drive home, and the police met them at the house and so forth. But
they almost got jugged.
It's one of those things where I don't know that people don't realize you criminals know there's only one thing you're doing. Well, okay, there's two things you're doing at an ATM.
Putting in money or getting money out.
Getting money out. Either way, you're where the money is.
Right.
Even if you're putting in money, they can make sure it doesn't go in, and they can make sure you take it right out when you do it. And they can also just make you take out money and more than you have to have situational awareness when you're at an ATM. And it doesn't matter if you're in a drive-through, because it's very easy for somebody to be in the bushes behind, you pull up, you're blah, 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 and then they just come around to the window. And I mean, you have a better chance of like putting the car in the drive and getting the hell out of there, but that still may not work. You never know. Situational awareness, people. Real quick recap. Game 7 shy. Gilgeous Alexander scores 29 points, and Thunder beat Pacers 103-91 for the NBA title. Their first NBA title ever in the franchise. Right?
Yep.
Only, where would I want to say? Oh, yeah. Jalen Williams scored 20. Chet Holmgren had 18 for the Thunder, who were pushed to a Game 7 brink in the NBA Finals. Finished off a season for the ages. Oklahoma City won 84 games between the regular season and the playoffs, tying 96-97 Bulls for the third most in any season. Only Golden State, 88 in 2016, and the Bulls, 87 in 2015, won more. There you go. I'm sorry. It's the second championship for the franchise. I thought
no.
The Seattle
they won one as the Seattle Supersonics.
Okay, that's okay. No, that's okay. Tell me what this means. Kevin Durant is going from the Suns to the Rockets in what's being touted as a blockbuster trade.
Yep.
But Durant, isn't he in the twilight of his career?
He is, but he's still in the elite era of being one of the NBA's all-time great players. Nowhere near his prime, but he can still play, and he'll be a good asset for the Rockets.
Is he worth Dillon Brooks, Jalen Green, and 6 future picks, including a number 10 selection?
I mean, anybody's worth what you're willing to get rid of for him. That's a lot to give up for an aging superstar.
Indeed. Duran Duran's John Taylor says, our songs from the 80s are the iconic ones. We don't own them. They are a part of culture. There's just something really, really exciting about putting on a rock show, says Taylor in an interview with Sir, albeit with a technical hitch that's frustrating for the interviewer when he lost part of the video prior to the British band's concert at Starlight Festival in Marbella next month. Duran Duran fans are promised, and I think we're both one. How many times have you seen them?
Once. The last time they came to the arena.
Same. I saw them. I think it was the Clearwater sit down.
Yeah.
Where what I can't remember what the Capitol
Theater.
Yeah,
Ruth Eckerd.
Yeah, Ruth Eckerd. You're going to hear so many things from the last 40 years. If you love pop music, you're going to be triggered. Says the bass guitarist who will appear on the Corey stage with frontman Simon LeBon, drummer Roger Taylor, Nick Rhodes, the fifth member of the original lineup, Andy Taylor, unfortunately fighting prostate cancer. Duran, of course, 16 studio albums as well as numerous live recordings. We were lucky to break into the 90s with Ordinary World. Understand something, and you know this, I know this. Duran, and there are few bands that accomplish this feat. Duran were basically done. They didn't stop making good music. There's a lot of great songs off the Notorious LP and the one prior to that, Skin Trade, I believe.
I think you're right.
But I think the world had kind of viewed them as an 80s glam rock band, and it was over. And then they came out of nowhere with Ordinary World, and that song skyrocketed them right back to fame.
One of their biggest songs.
One of their biggest songs, and then they followed it up with Come Undone.
Another great one.
Yeah, of course, he says the songs from the 80s are the iconic ones.
Sure.
And so if you get a chance to see Duran when you're out there, get out there and see some Duran, and that's the Mo Better.
I think it was actually yesterday or the day before in history that I saw them at the Amalie, and they were phenomenal. The video work, they sounded great.
They still look good.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you said, Bo, what band would you have loved to be in in their heyday? Duran is a top 5.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, who was having more fun than them?
Nobody was.
Come on, man.
And I have a snippet of their new single to be released tomorrow. If you would like to hear it.
Absolutely. I knew it. Well, that LeBon, he can get up there.
Really reaches those notes. Is that the Mo Better?
That's the Mo Better.
Oh, thank you. When we come back, Netflix is doing something very innovative, interesting, and I can't decide whether it is extremely awesome or totally lame. We'll decide together next on Drew Garabo Live.
You're listening to Drew Garabo Live on 102.5 The Bone. Guys with ponytails, girls that think they're models, people that don't know how to Google something, and of course, ventriloquists. No one is safe when it comes to an open letter from Galvin.
Seriously?
Hear a brand new open letter from Galvin live every Wednesday at 8 a.m. on The Mike Calta Show. And go check out all the past open letters from Galvin at theboneonline.com. Sponsored by Zero Res. Zero Res. All they leave is clean. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
A bad earlier accident in Hillsborough is still clearing southbound along I-75 in Fletcher. At last check, it still had the left lane blocked, but it's definitely in the clearing stage. Even so, continue expecting significant delays getting past it. We have an accident now causing possible blockage eastbound along Adamo Drive at Orient Road. Accident activity and some blockage continue in Brandon from a wreck eastbound on State Road 60 between Kingsway and Lakewood Drive. In southern Hillsborough, there's a crash clearing eastbound along State Road 674 near Westlake. We're not doing too badly at all right now in Pinellas or across the bridges. This is Jim with traffic.
Ready to step into a healthy and active lifestyle? Come to the Good Feet store and experience the difference. Discover how a simple step can lead to a life of pain-free possibilities.
This is a cat named Mo from Drew Garabo Live. Prime time, baby! I am the first Mo, but there is a second Mo, and he is the Mo that will help you if you need a personal injury attorney. It's Tampa attorney Mo DeWitt. Here he is to say one word because I've used up all the time. Hi. That's it. You got one word. Don't he sound sexy? 800, call Mo with an E. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
Non-attorney spokesperson, offices Tampa.
That's Mo with an E.
Real stories with Hellsberg.
After we met and we started dating, Nancy and I lived 150 miles apart, and I would drive my old jalopy car, and it was roughly a 3-hour distance. It took 3 years I drove across that state back and forth dating her every weekend.
Persistence.
And I would have never stopped. I had a lot of energy back then. 36 years ago.
At Hellsberg, find the engagement ring worthy of your story. Designed with the love, care, and craft it deserves. Visit a Hellsberg store or Hellsberg hellsberg.com.
Hey, did you hear the Furman Chevrolet of Brandon Summer Savings event is going on right now? Sounds like a perfect time for a new car to me. You know, Furman Chevy Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 Chevy dealer. They've got Tampa Bay's largest new Chevy inventory to choose from, tariff-free. And Brad Wise and my friends at Furman Chevy Brandon do business the right way. No surprise dealer installed options you're forced to buy. No inflated market adjustments. Go see why they're Tampa Bay's #1 Chevy dealer and Chevrolet's Dealer of the Year. And together, let's drive. Visit them today on Automo Drive in Brandon or online anytime at FurmanChevy.com.
Wednesday nights are Bone Bowling Night at Pin Chasers for just $12.99. You can bowl until your arm hurts from 9 p.m. until close, and that deal is good at all 4 area Pin Chasers locations. The new one in Brandon, the one in Pasco, and the 2 in Hillsborough, one off the Veterans and one on Armenia. Pinchasers.net to reserve your lane and check out the other nightly specials.
Bowling, food, and fun at Pin Chasers.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
School is out and summer is here. Wherever you plan your summer vacation, make Crown Honda your first stop and drive a new Honda Pilot, $479 per month, or a new Honda Accord Hybrid, just $359 per month. Test drive your new Honda today at Crown Honda, online at crownhonda.com. The better way to buy and service. Call 800-509-4942 for complete details.
Mike Calta here for my friends at the Golden Diamond Source. Listen, if you're thinking about getting married, if you want to pop the question soon, right now, you need to get into the Golden Diamond Source because it all starts there. You can buy the diamond at the Golden Diamond Source. They'll slash 40% off of the mounting. And the Golden Diamond Source is a jewelry supercenter. They've got something for everyone's budget, and they do it without all the sales pressure. You can go in there and you can design something. You can pick something they already have. And the best part about it, that diamond never loses its value. At any time, you could trade that diamond in and get the full price you paid towards your next purchase. That only happens at the Golden Diamond Source. And if you've got a birthday, anniversary, or any other reason to upgrade your gift game, you'll get 15% off the birthstone jewelry all month long. And jewelry is not just for women. Guys, they have watches, bracelets, rings, anything you need can be found in the family-owned Golden Diamond Source. Stop by and see Steve and Julie Weintraub in Clearwater right there on Olmerton Road, the same place they've been for the last 30 years. 3800 Olmerton Road, right off of 275. Check them out online at goldendiamond.com. Tell them Mike Calta sent you.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQ Bar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/policy/terms of service.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Now you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping when you text EAT to 64,000. Text EAT to 64,000 to get your 20% off. That's EAT to 64,000.
O'Reilly. You need parts? We got parts. Product availability? Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select brake pads for $10 more, or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Offer in-store only. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month. Then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensate for their testimonials. Sponsored by Age of Learning.
Hockey, beer, boats. Tampa Bay's favorite hat trick is back. The Lightning and Creative Loafing present Boats Brewfest, presented by Publix. Friday, August 1st at Amalie Arena. Sample hundreds of local and international beers, games, and more. Get info and tickets at boatsbrewfest.com.
Involved in a car accident? We understand the pressure you're under. Call Farah and Farah, Tampa.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Toyota.com. I'm meteorologist Jim Weber in the Sky Tower Weather Center. Any storms winding down for this evening. It's going to be another steamy night under partly cloudy skies. Low temperature down to 77. Then as we head into tomorrow, partly cloudy skies. Look for more of those storms around during the afternoon hours, but rain chance only around 30% and a daytime high of 94 degrees.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Drew Garabo Live.
Take this Friday off and go see Slightly Stupid, Iration, and Little Stranger at the Bay Care Sound. Great tickets still available. Snag yours while you can. It's going to be an awesome night of phenomenal live music. 3 great bands, and brands. One low price. Bay Care Sound, Slightly Stupid, Little Stranger, and Iration. This is Slightly Stupid's new jam, Step Into the Sun. My buddy Todd Wright sent me something yesterday, and I'm trying to figure out if this is really, really cool or super lame. It's called the Netflix House. They're popping up throughout the country, opening in Philadelphia and Dallas at the end of 2025, and then Vegas in 2027. At Netflix House, you can explore immersive experiences that take you inside the story. Grab a meal inspired by our shows and movies at Netflix Bites, or stop by our shop to bring your favorite character home in t-shirt form. Netflix House Philadelphia is going to be in the King of Prussia Mall. Wednesday, Eve of the Outcasts. What starts off as a fun school carnival, Shudder, falls under Wednesday's spell to make for a twisted tour through the macabre. I guess that's based on Wednesday, the Wednesday show, Wednesday Eve of the Outcast,
right,
which I did not watch. I do love Jenna Ortega.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Addams Family. I don't know about going to that at a mall.
So it's not a theme park. It's a restaurant.
I don't know. It's a house, which I guess.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out.
Seems like it's a gift shop, restaurant.
A way for them to make money. The One Piece Quest for the Devil Fruit. What the hell is One Piece? Dodge infamous villains and escape the Marines in a high-stakes race to reach a mysterious devil fruit ahead of the Straw Hats. I don't know what any of those mean. I know what those words mean. The Netflix House Dallas. Step inside your favorite shows in these immersive adventures at Galleria Dallas. Stranger Things Escape the Dark. Now, this sounds cool. Journey into the ruins of Hawkins to find 3 missing townspeople before the horrors lurking within find you. Dude, by the time Stranger Things comes out, these kids are going to be in their 30s.
It does seem to be an extraordinary amount of years in between this and the last season.
Yeah, like it's going to ruin all the magic. I remember the last one that they had. I was like, damn, these kids are growing up. Now it's going to be like, Winona Ryder's going to be a great grandma.
Yeah.
All these damn kids are going to be old. 11's going to be getting Social Security for crying out loud.
Well, again, going back to the beginning of the show where you had mentioned about, have you ever had a show where you just kind of just checked out for no particular reason? I had a slight reason, but really no particular reason. After season 2 of Stranger Things, I just checked out. I just decided not to revisit it.
See, I don't know. Maybe it's the nostalgia. I absolutely love it. This last season I thought was great.
Right. So you're not a horror movie fan, though, are you?
Oh, I am.
Oh, you are?
Oh,
okay.
I do love. I love a horror movie. They've got a Squid Games Surviving the Trials. It's your turn to enter the arena, play diabolical games, face off against the front man, and betray your friends for a chance to win it all. I'm sorry, this sounds lame.
A lot of this sounds like hard work. It sounds like you had a job.
Sounds so lame. So it's got FAQs. What can I actually do at Netflix House? At both Philadelphia and Dallas locations, you can explore immersive in-world experiences that let you step inside your favorite shows, dig into themed meals at our in-house restaurant, Netflix Bites. It's just like an opportunity for them to make money. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Now, their Vegas is coming in 2027. No plans to come to Tampa. Hello there. How can we help you today?
What's up, boys?
It's Bobby D.
Hey, you guys were talking about the songs about. Hang on, let me regroup. Are you still there?
I'm still here, Bobby D.
Okay, well, you were talking about Bad Company. I had a blank there for a minute. You're talking about, their songs. They're a great band.
All right.
Okay. And, they had, they were free before that, but I got this little ditty.
Oh.
Imagine that, huh?
I love your little ditties. I like my girlfriend's big ditties, but I like your little ditties, too.
Well, everybody's,
everybody's ditties are different. You're right.
I didn't get a chance to see them, but
sorry. If you were on the social media yesterday, my IG and the Drew Garabo live page, I posted a video that had my girlfriend's ditties right out there. I only deleted it because there was a nip slip, and she didn't ask me to, but you never know when a nip slip. It's just a nipple, for Christ's sake. Like, you can see the whole damn boob anyway, but like, for some reason, that nipple, people are like, oh, nip slip, nip slip, nip slip. I'm like, God, I guess I better take this off the social media because it's got a friggin' nipple in it. Grow up.
Well, yeah, and, I hate to say you see them all, but that's not true either.
No, you're right. A nipple's just a nipple, but whatever. It was a cool video, and if you got to see it while it was up, good on you. And if you didn't, find me at the Bone Beach Bash. I'll show you the video.
So we were talking about the Bad Company.
Yeah.
And so, let me warm up.
All right.
Johnny was a schoolboy. Oh, we're talking Bad Company.
What?
I go back to that
All
just to reiterate what we're talking about.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
All right.
Get ready, baby. Johnny was a schoolboy when he heard his first Bobby D song. From there, it didn't take him long. What's this guy talking about? We don't know, but we don't know, but he makes us smile. Don't you know? Oh.
Thank you, Bobby D.
Yeah, I can't get behind that one, Drew.
No. Can you get behind this one, though? There's one Daniel, my old co-host, and I did in Orlando, did together. Just from memory. Baby, they're yanking out your baby. Look at all that blood. Darling. I don't remember the lyrics here. Leaking all that blood. It was fetus leaking blood.
Oh, man.
Fetus leaking blood.
Well, it fits.
800-771-1025. Today in history, what would you consider Aaron Spelling's crowning glory? Was it Charlie's Angels, Starsky and Hutch, The Love Boat, Fantasy Island, Melrose Place, or Beverly Hills 90210?
I feel like it was a Dallas ripoff. He was coming down.
Knots Landing?
Not Knots Landing.
Dynasty?
Dynasty.
That was a great show.
Yeah, that's what if you ask me, not my favorite, but I would say a lot of people would say that of his age.
Joan Collins was damn good. Alexis Carrington.
I mean, she almost bested Larry
Hagman.
Hagman, yeah.
I love Dallas, but Dynasty was just as good as Dallas.
Absolutely.
So Aaron Spelling's productions included Family. I remember that show.
Was that with the
Family? 1976.
I think that was I was thinking of Eight Is Enough.
Oh, I was thinking Family Affair.
Yeah, I remember. It was kind of a drama. It was like it tackled heavy subjects, if I'm not mistaken.
Upper middle class couple living with their 3 children. Their 4th child died 5 years before the first season in a boating accident. I don't remember much about Family. I do remember there was a show, Family.
Right.
Then Charlie's Angels.
I mean, that's probably maybe his most iconic. Yeah.
Oh, my God. The Love Boat, which was spectacular, ran for 9 seasons, and anyone from 77 to 86 did a guest spot on The Love Boat.
I got to be honest, Drew, as a black man growing up in America or a black kid, having to watch those.
You mean getting to watch Isaac?
Having to watch Isaac throw up those cheesy fingers at the beginning of every episode. It was demoralizing, Drew.
I can see where it would be. Not exactly a flattering portrayal.
And why you got to be the bartender?
That's right. Why couldn't he be the ship's captain? For crying out loud. What are you, Gopher? Heart to Heart. I think it was a detective show.
Yeah, that was Stephanie Powers and
Ephraim Zimbalist.
Yeah.
Dynasty. Beverly Hills 90210, Melrose Place, 7th Heaven, and Charmed. He also served as producer for the Mod Squad, The Rookies, and Sunset Beach.
Mod Squad, the reboot?
No, the original.
Okay.
Yeah, the OG.
I tell you what, I was a huge fan of Starsky and Hutch. I love.
Oh my God, Huggy Bear was great.
Yeah.
And in 90210, to me, some of the best television that has ever been produced. I mean, I mean, from Steve Sanders' Corvette that said I ate a Ferrari. Yeah, anyway, he passed away 19 years ago today. We also lost the great Ed McMahon at the age of 86, 16 years ago today. 32 years ago, in 1993, Lorena Bobbitt cut off her husband's penis after he allegedly raped her. John Bobbitt was later acquitted of marital sexual assault. She was later acquitted of malicious wounding by reason of insanity. We covered it earlier in the show. Tim Burton's OG version of Batman was released. I wore a T-shirt to the premiere that night. It was I had 2 great Batman shirts. I had one that had Batman and Robin, and it was Robin saying "Holy S Batman" on it. And then I had another one that had the Batman logo here, and above the Batman logo it said "Da na 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 Batman." I was very proud of that one. Because you'd see people read it, and they'd go,
yeah.
Da, na, 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 na. Oh, I get it. Hello, who are you?
Hey, it's Eric.
Eric.
Hey, I just wanted to say I'm really glad that they're, over in the Middle East, they're doing that ceasefire, and we're dodging that predicament.
That is quite the predicament over there that we will be dodging, allegedly. However, I'm now reading that Iran says we don't know nothing about no ceasefire.
They're not saying that.
They are indeed. That's just what people are reporting.
How you release a ceasefire and then some part of the party says.
Senior official says Iran has not received any ceasefire proposal. A senior Iranian official has told CNN that Iran would continue to fight until it achieves lasting peace, and it would view remarks from Israel and the U.S. as a deception intended to justify attacks on Iran's interest.
This is nuts.
So,
good Lord.
So Trump said there was a ceasefire without checking with Iran on whether or not there was a ceasefire. I'm confused. Can you announce a ceasefire when there's no ceasefire?
Well, I mean, it was a weird ceasefire.
That's true.
We had 6 hours here, 7 here. Good Lord.
This is one interesting situation, but it continues to evolve, and maybe there's a ceasefire, maybe there's not. Who knows? 36 years ago in 1989, the Supreme Court refused to shut down the so-called dial-a-porn industry, ruling that Congress had gone too far in passing a law banning all sexually oriented phone message services. I think those were the 976 numbers and the 900 numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Where you could just, if you had a phone, a landline, you could just call 976 muff 976 whatever, and chances were very good that it was a porno number, and your parents would be charged $10.99 a minute. They were, but I was.
Oh, I succumbed.
Succumbed as well, and ran up thousands of dollars in credit card debt in my late teens, early 20s, and once I paid that off, I have not had credit card debt since. I was so chagrined and ashamed that I had run up so much debt over nothing, over being addicted to these 1-800 hot babe or 1-800 raw.
Did you ever find a regular somewhere, or could you do that? I want to think that you could, or was it always just random?
Always random.
So you someone couldn't say, hey, this is my extension, call from me. I thought that was a possibility.
I think that is certain lines. I think you could call like 1-800 something and be like, I talked to Shelby the last time I called. Is she available? Hey, sweetie, it's so good to hear from you again. Oh, thank you so much. I think now with sexting, I don't think people have phone sex any longer. I'm not that women ever really got into it for real. They would probably just fake it and oblige us dudes, but I don't think anybody is having legit phone sex any longer.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly not with the video phone now. Just do something to send it to me.
Oh, yeah, a little video action.
Yeah.
800-771-1025. In 1975, today in history, Alice Cooper broke 6 ribs when he fell off a stage during concert in Vancouver. Ouch.
Yeah.
In 1987, today in history, 38 years ago, the talent that is Tiffany began her famous shopping mall tour at the Bergen Mall in Paramus, New Jersey. That is so interesting to me that she achieved popularity through touring shopping malls of the United States of America. She rode that bad boy for all it was worth, and she's still out there touring.
Listen, that was the shopping malls were the internet.
Oh, yeah.
That was it.
That was social media.
Yeah, that was social media. And I think I told you this. Her video keeps coming because I'll, in the background every now and then, I'll just a VH1 MTV video.
Yeah.
And I had she was like a babe.
Oh, my God. She was super hot.
Yeah, she was way better looking than Debbie Gibson.
Well, let's not get crazy.
I mean, Debbie Gibson was like milk toast compared. Tiffany looked like she'd get down.
Right. Debbie Gibson had the innocent beauty to her, and Tiffany definitely had that, I'm a dirty little girl.
Yeah, Debbie Gibson looked like a mom.
She's Debbie. I will tell you, though, when you compare the two and how they look now.
Debbie.
Oh, it's Debbie all day. And then 156 years ago, did you have typing class in high school?
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah.
They don't do it anymore.
No, and I took it too.
Me too. Oh, my God, 2 years. Yeah. 157 years ago today in 1868, the Wisconsin journalist and Senator Christopher Latham Scholes received a patent for a magical invention he called the typewriter. I remember our typing teacher in high school would go, now keep your hands on your home row keys. The home row was ASDF. And then you'd have to see how many words you could type without looking. And then you had the corrective tape.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
If you didn't have a self-correcting typewriter, you had that little, like a white square. You kids, I know you kids in your 20s and 30s, you're going to be, this is like a foreign language. But you'd have to back it up, type the same letter while holding the corrective tape. And what a nightmare.
It was such a pain in the ass.
What a nightmare. And then thank God the computer came along and revolutionized the way we communicate by writing.
Computer came out a long time after I'd taken that typing class.
Yeah.
And I was, that was at the point that I started working on scripts and whatever. And one day I just looked up and I knew how to type very, very fast.
Oh yeah.
And it was just, I'm doing and I'm looking at the screen and I'm not paying attention to what my finger's doing. And I'm like, oh, I can type like 90 words a minute.
Yeah. They would do tests for us and you wouldn't look and you'd see how many words you could type.
Yeah.
Hello there.
Should I feel guilty about taking all of Tyrese Halliburton's unders last night?
Why? Why would you?
I mean, I did take over turnovers and lost that, but the guy only played less than a quarter.
Yeah. I mean, there's no reason to feel guilty.
Nope. That's the game. That's the sport.
I mean, yeah, if you knew he was playing on a gimpy calf, then you're probably pretty shrewd and smart for playing it. A tourist died after being struck by lightning on his honeymoon in New Smyrna Beach. 29 years old, standing in ankle-deep water when a storm rolled in miles away from shore. Boom, dead. 2 additional people were struck by lightning that day at the Venetian Bay Golf Course, according to the city of New Smyrna Beach. Neither of those were hospitalized. But, man, on your honeymoon.
Yeah.
Oof. All right, well, on that happy note, thank you, Maurice.
Thank you, Drew.
Thank you very much for listening to the program. You can hit us up on social media, Drew Garabo on Instagram. He is Cat Named Mo. We hope you have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow at 4. Bye.
You're listening to Drew Garabo live on 102.5 The Bone. We are Real Raw Radio. 102.5 The Bone. Breaking summer news. All the rooms at the Sky Beach Resort for the Bone Summer Beach Bash are completely sold out. But good news, you can still come out and party for free. Neutral presents the Bone Summer Beach Bash. An entire weekend of awesome events and hanging out with all your favorite people from the Bone. Plus, it's absolutely free to get in. It's all happening July 18th through the 20th at the beautiful Sky Beach Resort in St. Pete, a bayfront oasis with a private beach at the southernmost tip of St. Petersburg in the Skyway District. No matter what you do, don't miss the Bone Summer Beach Bash, presented by Neutral and 102.5 The Bone. Special thanks to attorney Patrick Smith. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
A bad earlier accident in Hillsborough is still clearing southbound along I-75 at Fletcher. At last check, it's still at the left lane block, but it's definitely in the clearing stage. Even so, continue expecting significant delays getting past it. We have an accident now causing possible blockage eastbound along Adamo Drive at Orient Road. Accident activity and some blockage continue in Brandon from a wreck eastbound on State Road 60 between Kingsway and Lakewood Drive. In southern Hillsborough, there's a crash clearing eastbound along State Road 674 near Westlake. We're not doing too badly at all right now in Pinellas or across the bridges. This is Jim with traffic.
Celebrate the red, white, and beautiful during the July 4th sale at Scandinavian Designs Furniture. Take up to 50% off an assortment of styles for your whole home. Shop early for the best deals. Stop by our new Brandon and Clearwater showrooms today or shop online at ScandinavianDesigns.com.
If you're in a slip and fall accident, time is not on your side. Stores have video footage that's crucial evidence in your case. You've got to act quickly. Call Farah and Farah so we can preserve it before it disappears. Tampa.
You put it off all month, but guys, you need to act now. International Diamond Center's amazing free finance offer ends Monday. So if it's time to pop the question, celebrate a big anniversary, or upgrade her diamond, now is the best time. And this is the best way to buy. You can make any purchase and spread your payments over 5 years with an unheard of interest rate of just 0%. 0.0. That's all the way to the year 2030. All designer rings and all certified diamonds are included. All colored gemstone jewelry, all fashion jewelry. Nothing's held back. So act now. Get that $12,000 engagement ring with a hand-picked certified diamond and designer setting and pay just $200 a month. Or that $3,000 diamond eternity band, just $50 a month. While interest rates are up everywhere else, IDC takes them all the way down to zero. So you can go big. But time is running out. International Diamond Center's rate relief ends Monday, June 30th and will not be extended. International Diamond Center in Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. Excludes Rolex. Details and more at shopidc.com. On approved credit.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Summer is here, and it's time to get your backyard ready where you always wanted it to be. From custom patios and pavers to upgraded driveways, Waterman Properties is your go-to for bringing your summer vision to life. Whether you're remodeling, rebuilding, or repairing from a storm, Waterman Properties handles everything from demolition to install with expert care and zero runaround. Visit watermanproperties.net or call 813-715-7383. It's Waterman Properties. Your vision is their mission. Hit them up today and tell them Mike Calta sent you.
Take advantage of the Employee Pricing Plus event at Cherry Home Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Save up to $15,000 on new 2025 models, and your first 3 payments are on us. At the #1 Ram dealer in the U.S., Tampa is Home Country. Online at cherryhome.com. Call 1-800-210-6286 for complete details.
Now is the time to check your homeowner's insurance and ensure that you're covered before the next storm hits. Italiano Insurance can help give you that peace of mind. Even if your mortgage company doesn't require flood insurance, your home could still be at risk for flood. And now's the time to make sure your family is fully protected. Call 813-877-7799 or visit ItalianoInsurance.com today. Italiano Insurance, serving our community for over 60 years.
Listen Sunday mornings 10 to 11 for Prosper with Keith Singer.